Strap in, degenerates. We're reacting to the absolute wildest cuts before the main event officially drops.
How many men in your life can you call at 2 a.m. with a real problem? When was the last time you were truly honest with another man about what you're going through? Man, we all struggle with that shit, don't we, boys?
Speak for yourself, Keith. My group chat is purely memes and terrible fantasy football advice.
I think there's a couple ways to go, bud. You either don't make the decision and it never happened, or you got the decisions that just happen rapidly, or you got those decisions that there's a process to it. Sometimes you have to slow down to go faster.
That sounds like an excuse you give the cops when you get pulled over in a school zone.
That's actually the contract. You're renting land from companies whose job is to change the rules that benefits them and addict you.
Bro just accurately described my toxic relationship with the TikTok algorithm. I am a willing hostage.
Focus. Community building. You do not own your audience. So I remember going through a horrible experience trying to find myself some Jordache overalls. Johnny, they wouldn't fit over my thick ass and my thick thighs.
Thick thighs save lives, but they absolutely destroy DoorDash uniforms.
And it wasn't really the best. It wasn't the best experience as a young man growing up. Well, yeah, because so I was short. So I not only was I husky, but I was short. I had a guy who nicknamed me No Knees because he's like, Keith, you have no knees.
Getting body shamed by your boys over knee structure is just top tier male bonding.
I'm like, thanks. Yeah. I will tell you though, man, the first time I saw Arnold and the first time I saw Lou, they were game-changing moments in my life.
Seeing the Incredible Hulk turns boys into men who lift heavy objects for absolutely no reason.
Because I'm like, I want to look like that. I want to know how that works.
Because America had become fucking retardedly fat.
R.I.P. to the golden era before DoorDash enabled my absolute worst midnight decisions.
So like, I just need to make progress quickly so that I can see, when I see the progress, it'll give me the motivation to do what I know, what I've not been doing. So they need that fucking flash in the pan, pow, holy shit, it's happening.
We are wired for instant gratification. If I do 10 push-ups, I want abs by lunch.
But the Retta will do it like massively, insanely quick if you know how to do it. It's like getting in a Formula One car. If you know how to drive it, holy shit.
Meanwhile, I am out here treating my body like a stolen 2006 Honda Civic.
If you don't, you're gonna fucking crash.
I can barely navigate a grocery store parking lot without having a mild panic attack.
So that's where we're talking about this, because GLPs used improperly is just gonna fucking knock out your appetite. You're gonna stop eating. You're gonna lose 30 pounds, but you're gonna look like a 30-pound less pathetic version of yourself, except for you're gonna be fucking beat tired and you're gonna feel like shit.
Being skinny but too exhausted to day drink on a Saturday is a horrible trade.
Who wants that? Nobody.
No.
So Retta's gonna basically massage the addictive center in your brain.
A brain massage sounds deeply illegal, but I absolutely need 3 of them immediately.
So it's gonna slow down the dopamine chase for food, which means
Please do not finish that sentence. My health anxiety is already screaming.
all the food that's attractive to you that you wanna eat. So listeners, if you're out there, get your fucking pen and paper or get ready to watch this again.
He is about to drop the forbidden cheat codes. Screen record this shit right now.
In this 10 milligram bottle, what I say is let's water it down. So we're gonna put 2 cc's of water in it, right? Now, when I tell you to take a 1/4 milligram, you're actually going to 5 units on the insulin pen.
I avoided math for a reason. Just tell me how many clicks makes me shredded.
Versus 2.5, which is almost impossible to find. But the point is that dopamine behavior pattern, that addictive center of the brain, has now been fucking massaged to the point where food's not entertaining anymore.
If eating stops being entertaining, what the hell else do I do when I am bored?
I'm having a hell of a time moving this fucking gravel pile to the backyard.
Yeah.
Well, it's because the fucking wheelbarrow's not meant to do it in 2 trips. Do it in 5.
Taking 5 trips for groceries is a beta move. I will break my fingers first.
And also, too, brother, if you want a tip on that, you're probably not focusing on your protein first. If you eat your protein, eat your protein first, you almost can't not get it.
Protein first is the literal cheat code to stopping late night pizza cravings.
Remove the idea of feelings from it, and remove the answers like food noise and feelings from it. What am I going to start seeing in the mirror?
Hopefully not the same sleep paralysis demon that owes me rent money.
One of them, it's a triple agonist. One of the strongest signals it sends out is telling the body, hey, see that fucking spare tie around your waist?
Yeah.
Burn that shit
I need to speak to my metabolism with this exact level of violent disrespect.
and give it, let's make it into fuel. Day fucking 4, he was already pretty lean. He's like, dude, what is going on with the fucking veins coming out of my forearms?
The forearm vein pop is the ultimate thirst trap hack. Instant right swipe.
I'm telling you, you would learn so much from my Cellular Advantage Academy.com. 90 cents a day. You're on more fucking information than you can get through. You could be in there for weeks and not get through it all.
Challenge accepted. I binge watch entire seasons of trash TV in a single weekend.
Yes, exactly.
Get it under the skin. As long as it's under your skin, it's going to do its job. You want to take it, you want to put it in your stomach, you just like the standard sub-Q, do it. You want to put it straight in your butt cheek, do it. You want to put it straight in your fucking deltoid, do it.
John is hyping this up like we are prepping for a cartel shootout.
Now,
Just under the skin. Dude, I just saw a clip this morning. Some guy fucking shot Botox into his cock so he could smooth it out. He's like, yeah, I didn't like it was rough. He's like, so I thought I'd throw some Botox into my cock so that it would smooth out all the edges.
What horrible part of the internet did Keith stumble onto today?
What?
so fucking, you're going to dismantle the nerves in your cock for 6 months.
I just crossed my legs so fast. Keep the needles away from the family jewels.
That's really fucking smart, fella.
Super simple. So literally fold a piece of skin over. If I wanted to do it here, fold a piece of skin over, stick the fucking needle in and press it in.
We went from diet macros to back alley cartel surgery in record time today.
That's it, right?
All you got to do is get it to be a lump under the skin, and it's going to work. Or you want to put it straight into if it goes into the muscle, whether it's sub-Q, which means under the skin,
Yeah.
or IM, which means
Intramuscle.
it's going to fucking work.
Just got to get it into you. I'm going to put it on the table. We're going to talk about it a little bit later on the show because it's actually quite interesting to me because it's the idea of making decisions fast and how speed kills. Like, I'll give you an example. Because I'm making decisions faster than you, as you're going through your decision cycle and reacting to my first decision, guess what has to happen?
This is exactly how I gaslight my way out of arguments with my girlfriend.
You got to go back to the beginning again and reset your thought process.
Think to myself, I'm fucking very rarely the one that's second to take the first step.
That is the most unhinged alpha sentence I have ever heard. I love it.
So rule 1, accountability beats talent. He did not recruit the most talented players at every stop. He recruited players who would be accountable, period. And for him, the parallel for your life, stop waiting until you're ready, talented, or inspired. Just start showing up consistently.
Waiting for motivation is a scam. Just aggressively chug an energy drink and suffer.
And let the reps do the work. Like, dude, like that is actually our fucking mantra right there. Like, honest to God, like, you know, just show up and start doing the work and let the reps basically show your truth. Your family doesn't need you when it's easy. They need you when you're exhausted and you show up anyway.
Real life has no pause button. You just fake it until you pass out.
The next play is the most important play. That is it, not next week today. Just because the season's over on Sunday doesn't mean we wait until a week before the next season. It fucking starts the next moment.
Dude, if people understand my goals, I
Yes.
clearly have not set them big enough.
If your friends do not call you a psycho, your vision board is pathetic.
Like, dude, 9 out of 10 prostate cancer tumor samples, only 70% of healthy prostate tissues had them, 2.5 times more plastic in tumors. It's just everywhere, dude. It's actually all over the place. And previous research has found microplastics in nearly every organ, in blood, and even in the placenta.
Fucking unbelievable. I can't eat my food. Why? Why don't I have my microwave? Eat the fucking food. Jesus Christ. I mean, somehow in people's minds, if it doesn't warm, you can't warm it up, you can't eat it.
We are entirely too soft now. Just eat the cold pizza like a goddamn adult.
How does that work?
Yeah.
Because I have lots of interest that really, really captured me until I found weightlifting, then everything disappeared. Magic, that's just fucking having a dull sword and fucking balls.
Put that exact quote on a hoodie and take my money immediately.
I mean, once you find, I'm not going to tell you these stories on the air, but if I told you some of the shit that I did along the way, because what it comes down to, listen, this is what I have to do to get where I want to go. I just would say that the average man doesn't understand what it takes to get to the top of the world at something. You get into this world where you're living in this population of people where all doors are open and every option that comes out of the door is going to be put into place.
That's taking care of yourself, making some cumulative good decisions.
Because there are some, I would say there's some DNA profiles that age really fucking well.
A Pennsylvania man apparently doesn't like spiders, Johnny. This is fucking news.
I already know this ends with a burned down house. Honestly, highly justified.
Sounds like this fucking guy's got a lot bigger problems than arachnophobia. Well, dude, who fucking lights a fire to kill an insect?
Mark Andreessen just broke down the OODA loop, military strategy from John Boyd. Observe, orient, decide, act. Speed beats mass.
Boyd won dogfights in 15 seconds. If your loop is faster, the other guy never finishes deciding. He just resets and loses.
Hesitate for 1 second in the group chat roast and you are completely dead.
That's the AI race right now. Fast builders shipping every week are lapping the guys writing 50-page strategy decks.
Speed kills. Literally the whole framework.
But he said the other thing can happen is if you can have a sustainably faster OODA loop processing cycle than the next guy, then if you think about what happens, like let's say it takes you an hour to figure something out, it takes the other guy 2 hours to figure something out. Think about what happens is like, okay, you start out on an even playing field, you both start your decision making cycles. You operate, you make your decision within an hour. The other guy is still, say, is inside his own OODA loop when you make your decision, right? And so you make your decision, you act within an hour. He's only halfway through his process. He now has to start his process over, right? Because you've changed the landscape, you've changed the parameters of what's going on. So he now has to go back and re-observe and reorient and start over, right? And so what he says is if you can be sustainably faster at running your decision loop, you can get inside the other guy's loop in a systematic and perpetual way. And basically the result of that is psychological breakdown.
So while I was making the decisions and moving, you were having to react to me, and then I'm making another decision again, and you're like, oh, holy fuck, you got to go back to the beginning again. That's a true edge.
Just focus on taking fucking action. Granted,
Yes.
because the hardest part of this is going to be to do that. Once you actually realize, like I've basically been an action taker from the jump. I probably say to myself at least a dozen times in the morning, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving.
Literally me trying to drag my carcass out of bed on a Monday morning.
Because I'm trying to move ahead of the guy that wants to fucking sit down.
So that's why I really like this, because if we can start moving and then start moving with observation, you are fucking ahead of the guy over there. Maybe you want to get into the car and observe yourself driving to the gym, because maybe once you're moving, you might orientate yourself. You might then to decide to make some action and make a decision. We're moving fast. We're going. We're making decisions. Even if they're the wrong ones, at least we're making the decision. Because you make the decision. If it's wrong, you reorientate and you make another one.
Every time you fucking say that, I can't hear what he's fucking saying. I almost told you to shut up so I could listen. I was like, I can't fucking believe he said it again. He didn't do it on the basis of communication alone, because that's definitely not one of his strong suits. See, your indecision is actually a decision. By not making a choice, you're actually making a choice.
Leaving someone on read is still a response. A toxic one, but it counts.
It's just a chicken shit way of doing it. Stop telling yourself that you'll do it later. Stop telling yourself you do it tomorrow. Just start making little first step, little choices, and you'll start to rewrite this behavior pattern that ultimately feeds into the big shit, which is keeping you stuck.
It's unpredictable. It's uncensored. It is ridiculous. Guys, social isolation is strongly linked to increased depression and suicide risk in men. And men without close friendships report lower life satisfaction and higher stress levels. Because, guys, strength is not isolation. Strength is alignment. Strength is shared mission.
Lone wolves just end up paying for all the streaming services by themselves. Losers.
After work, you come home.
Yes.
Don't go fucking home. Go straight to the gym.
The couch is a black hole. Once your ass hits the cushions, the day is over.
So, but then I got to the point where I realized that it was in probably my second year of college. I realized if I'm going to do what I want to do, I need to count on no one.
Man, you strike me the same way, actually. You strike me as, you know, this is my journey. I'll invite people along that want to come along with me, but this is where I'm going. And you either keep up or you can't keep up. Simple as that.
When I first got in, it happens with all sports. When I first got in, it was fucking tough to get in. There was 4 new pros per year. I just went and ran until I couldn't cry anymore. And I said, dude, I've never bled with anybody like I bled with you. Anyway, so check this out. So he and I created this fucking brutal training camp. And so people wanted to come and train with us. And we would tell them straight up, you can come, but you got one shot and you have to do everything. And very rarely would they fucking ever come back, because either they made it through and didn't want to come back, or they couldn't go through everything. Because there's a thing to where, you know, when you do some really, really difficult shit with people,
Yes.
it strips down all of your fucking walls.
What most civilians can't really wrap their head around is that when you go into some of the worst situations with another man or another human and you experience it together, there's a bond there that nobody will ever understand.
No, it's not fucking weird. Society thinks it's weird because they don't understand.
Normal is just a setting on a washing machine. Stay weird and confuse everyone.
A bunch of people made a bunch of money last week on the poly markets, on those predictable markets, because of the strike over on Iran. And did you know, John, that AI predicted the Iran strike? Sterling Preston set it up for us. So poly market, like I said, is this market online where you can bet on things that are happening. When's the war going to start? When's the war not going to start? All these obscure different things that are happening. And people are making a shitload of money and losing a shitload of money on the poly market.
The world is changing quick, brother.
I've been using this Perplexity computer. They've added a feature to it. Perplexity is a platform that we use. Well, and it's just full of agents, and it's just doing shit automatically for me. Like, if you have all the time in the world to sit around and do nothing, like, you can become experts on some of the most ridiculous things, eh? Like, and I mean seriously, like how to fucking pick a hole in a wall, or how to undo something, or how to make a sheath out of a piece of paper. So I know the answer to this rhetorical question, but I'm just going to throw it out in the air. Like, how can a human being not be into self-improvement? Isn't it crazy though, right? The kid comes out, here you go, mom and dad, I brought you a present. You didn't want me, but here's what I got. Basically, right? You didn't want me, but I'm here anyway.
One of those babies, dude.
I sent them some clips this morning of our characters in their studio, and they're like, what the fuck? Because it's not supposed to work that way, right? People are looking at you and I like, what's going on over there with these guys? It's pretty fun, dude. It's fucking fun. And what I've learned with my role in this show is that I'm the conduit. I'm the conduit to John. I'm the conduit to Cheryl. I'm the conduit to all of you. And I gotta be honest, when I started this thing, I thought the show was actually gonna be more about me, like the one I'm going to get in right now, which is this idea that you don't own your audience. Everything that you have built on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, any platform you're on, you don't own it. And then suddenly the audience that you spent years building is behind a paywall that didn't exist when you started, or half the audience has become bots. If your entire brand is built on rented attention, you don't have a brand. Nope, you don't actually. You have a fragile arrangement that expires the second that someone tweaks the dial. If one platform in your orbit disappeared tomorrow, would you still have an audience? And if that question makes you uncomfortable, well then good, because it's supposed to.
Now that we've got maximum existential dread, let's watch the whole damn show next.
Oh man, getting older sucks.
Getting older? Nah, it's not age, man. It's letting yourself slip. You stop keeping standards, and then, your body starts talking.
I get it, but it's more than just the slip. It's about not showing up when you're supposed to.
So it's not just about aches and pain. It's about not keeping yourself accountable.
Age will happen, but if you stay sharp, you'll have more to show for it than just another year past. Time to put some discipline back in, fellas.
And you're in luck, Tommy. Keith and John are talking about aging like a beast today. Let's go.
Good morning and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Accountability partner here to help you start your day with real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation. We are live and we are an R-rated experience.
Prick. Who's that?
The interface is dying. Live beats perfect every time.
It gave me goose pimples to hear it.
Do not waste any single day. Is super real.
But guess what?
You're in control how much it affects you, and that discipline never gets old because we're going to dive into that conversation right now this morning. But first, a quick welcome. Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. I'm Keith. I'm the handsome chief. Johnny Anderson's over there. He'll be arriving in about 10 minutes or so. We are your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation helps you start your day with momentum, clarity, and a little bit of fun and laughter. So whether you're already up, you're having that first cup of coffee, or you're still recovering from hitting that snooze one too many times, let's get the show on the road. You expect us to be here. We expect you to be here live 8 o'clock every single day on Mornings in the Lab Live Network. Hey guys, quick heads up for the newcomers. You're the newcomer. You're stumbling by our show. This is an R-rated, sometimes X-rated experience. So if you are easily offended, this might not be your cup of coffee. And we got a surprise coming up on the show here today for Johnny that I suspect will upend the cup of coffee. So, hey, if there are kids in the room, hey, Kai,
If there are kids in the room, we should tell them to get the hell out of the room.
or put the headphones on, or make a strategic exit from the old establishment because we are going to offend the kids. And if you are lurking out there, jump in. I know you're out there, Sullivan. I know you're out there, Good Time. I know all my crew is out there, Cheryl Whitaker, the whole gang. And hey, we got the Petro himself, the Petro Celli, joining us in the second hour. And hey, have you guys checked in to show us your proof yet? Have you showed us you're awake? Hey, Kai, is anybody showing us that they're awake yet? How can you do that? You got over to mitl.live, or mornings.live. We'll get you in. So what does it mean, Mr. Keith? Well, pick up your old phone-a-roni, open up the old app on your phone. It's mobile companion app. You get there on the browser. You click on check in. Check in. Show us your proof. Show us you're up. Show us you're getting after it. And come and build your streak. Because listen, I was having a conversation with a guy this morning. He's like, why the morning show? I said, because the morning show has changed my life. He's like, really? I go, yes. The business aside, it helps me get up because I get to do this every single day. I get up, I build a streak, I show some accountability. I hang out with you guys every single morning on a cup of coffee, and then I get up and get after it. And you can do that with this free accountability partner at mornings.live. And yes, the weekend is around the corner, so please come check in as well. And when the show is over, it means we can still stay connected. We got the poll there. Kai is up on the poll. What scares you about getting older? Hey, what is it? Losing physical ability? Is it running out of time to build something meaningful? Or is it becoming irrelevant? Yes. Oh, who's that on the stage? Is she getting old and irrelevant? Kai knows who our audience is.
A little bit of thirst trap on the stage at first thing in the morning.
Oh, is that Christy Noom? Oh, no, she's blonde. Sorry, I had to put the joke out there this morning. Maddie, I knew that she was going to be the first one fired from the administration. I just knew it. I figured that if he was going to fire somebody, it's going to be Christy Noom. Or Noom, however you say her name. Anyways, hey, what scares you? I'm sorry, guys. I just like to have fun. I like to have fun. Everybody just takes himself too fucking seriously. and I just want to have some fun this morning. Yes, there's the blonde Christy Noem, unemployed, walking on the stage this morning, asking ourselves, what scares you about getting older? Yes, true story. Is it losing physical ability? Is it running out of time to build something meaningful? Becoming maybe one of the questions could have been, I'm losing the morning wood. Hey guys, and hey, we also got a question for you. What would you do differently if you knew your best years were still ahead of you? Oh fuck, I'm doing it every single day. Like every single day, I know my best days are ahead of me. I know, Roofy, I know they're more than ahead of me. So I don't do anything differently. I just get up and get after it every single day. And yes, had to be Bondi should be next, but she's gonna have something. Yes, I suspect that is it as well. Hey, snoozers, and guys, and don't misunderstand my humor for who I throw darts at, because sometimes it might not be as obvious as you think. Yes. Oh. You mean he's a Trump supporter, or is he like a liberal supporter? Dude, I'm a fucking human supporter. I just want to have fun. I just want to have people that have prosperity. I want to have people help themselves build great lives for themselves. And I really don't care what color you wear. Hey guys, if you've been snoozing, you have been snoozing too long. You are 585 minutes behind Matt Roof, Cheryl Whitaker. Well, I don't know about Cheryl. I think she snoozes on the weekends. But anyways, Matt, Roof, and Keith, yeah, true story. You guys are 600 minutes behind us, and 502 minutes behind Cheryl because she snoozed a couple times. Yeah, true story. Yeah. Hey, Cheryl Whitaker, that's it. 8:30. It starts with Joy or Cheryl every Wednesday right here on the network. And of course, Matty Roof. Yes, he likes and dislikes everyone equally. I know that, but he has lots of love coming out of his veins. If you don't know who I'm talking about, 7:30 Eastern time, Matt Roof, Kindness Rising, right here on the big network. And hey, guys, what are we talking about today? What are we talking about today on the show? Well, you know, I never thought I'd be talking about Britney Spears on my show, but I guess we're going to. Maybe, I don't know. It's kind of sad, actually. And maybe we're going to talk about it. Yeah. Hey, AI. Oh, Matt Roof is sweating right now. You know why? He's roofing because AI can now unmask your anonymous online accounts for just $4. Yeah. So Roofy's just scrambling behind the scenes. Oh, fuck, I got to get rid of that. Maddie, trust me, brother. I've been scrambling this morning as well. For $4, AI can unmask you behind the scenes. Yes, Texas news anchor and weatherman get into spicy on-air fight. I hope we got time to get to that one. So Anthropic dropped a graph last night or this morning about jobs that are feeding the squeeze. And I haven't told Kai yet. We might drop this in the second hour with Petro, or we'll drop it in the first hour. We'll kind of see. But I want to have that conversation with Petro and Johnny. And then, hey, I got a special guest coming up at the bottom of the hour today. I don't think I'm going to tell anybody. Kai, I don't think I'm going to tell anybody who's showing up. No, I'm not. Fuck it. Not telling anybody who's showing up. Nope. But he might be the one dude who might be more extreme than John Anderson. Just saying. Yeah, just saying. So coming up bottom of the first, stick around. You want to know who that person is. And of course, the man himself, Dr. John Petrocelli, he will be here for our BS or no BS segment. We're going to talk about getting old and being undisciplined and all that kind of crazy shit. And yes, and during my monologue, I got the brand of media trends become the show. Brands aren't built on ads anymore. No, they're not, baby. They're built on content that connects you and I all over the place. Today, we're going to talk about how brands need to operate like networks. Speaking of networks, I just quickly got to say this. Kudos to Netflix. True story. Kudos to the gang at Netflix for buying the future instead of buying the past. Yeah. So it's funny. So, I've been thinking along about it because I was pretty bullish on Netflix buying the IP of Warner Brothers and all that shit. I was pretty excited about it. But after the move in the last 24 hours, dude, they might be the fucking greatest chess players on the planet. So they let Ellison overspend for Warner Brothers. Yeah, listen to what I'm saying very clearly. They let him overspend for a legacy media company that's going to lose billions and billions of dollars. And then they got Ellison and the gang to pay Netflix $2.8 billion. Yeah. And then they went and bought Ben Affleck's AI company. Dude, it's fucking brilliant. Netflix is like, yeah, we're building the future instead of buying the past. And hey, Netflix, hello, I'm doing the same thing. So out of that $2.8 billion that you're, I don't know what you spent on Affleck's company. I could use a little bit of that as well. MITL.studio. Yeah, the site is live. The investors brief is live. We're out there, baby. MITL.studio. So Netflix, hello. Love to have a piece of that cash. Yes. All right. Community Corner coming up at the bottom of the second hour as well. Maya Reyes will get into it. But hey, guys, you know what's going to happen right now? We are going to get into it right now. So I was talking to somebody a couple of days ago, like, what's wrong with a long opener? I'm like, well, if your audience doesn't want to hear you talk, I guess you got to get after it faster. But hey, I know we like just have, what the hell? It doesn't really matter. Because you know what? The morning loop. Let me clear my throat. The morning loop. It starts right now.
Yesterday, John told on himself. When we talk, he notices us first, then the words.
So I wasn't being ignored. John was busy conducting a visual audit on my shoulders and jacket confidence.
Then John buried himself. He said lean does nothing. He wants the big one.
So show my bulky photo. John might finally hear me, then ask me to hang out.
That's the danger. One comment later, Preston's Googling peptides like science exists to earn John's full attention.
Fine, make me enormous. The professor of bullshit is coming, and John better stay focused today.
Well done, boys. Sterling and Preston have a little bit of fun with Johnny Anderson behind the scenes. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, yesterday's show had Johnny and Preston. Well, they got into a little bit of a tiff, maybe. Johnny was just making some comments about the boys, and you know, the boys. I think the boys had some time to reflect, and they're just shooting some darts back at Anderson this morning. So, but hey, they'll figure it out. Those three men will figure it out. Speaking of, hey Kai, what's that? Holy smokes! What's that in the distance over there? Oh, is that John Anderson? That is Studley, man. That's handsome John right there, dude.
I'll take that one. I didn't get to see enough details of the bike, but it had a good vibe.
Dude, if you show up that somewhere, you're gonna get people are gonna pay attention. John Anderson shows up with a physique like that, a jacket like that, a bike like that, a little bit of an attitude like that. Brother. How are you today, man?
I'm good. So right when I come on, I heard you talking about somebody throwing darts. Who's trying to take a piece of me today?
Sterling and Preston were having some fun with you this morning.
What were my gay brothers up to?
Hey, Kai, you want to run the
talking about their wet dreams about me? Like they take it a little. You just think about me in the shower. I don't know what. I don't want to know what they do.
Well, they heard you talking about their reaction yesterday on our show. So
first, then the words.
So I wasn't being ignored. John was busy conducting a visual audit on my shoulders and jacket confidence.
Then John buried himself. He said lean does nothing. He wants the big one.
So show my bulky photo. John might finally hear me, then ask me to hang out.
That's the danger. One comment later, Preston's Googling peptides like science exists to earn John's full attention.
Fine, make me enormous. The professor of bullshit is coming, and John better stay focused today.
You know, there was a picture of and I'm having a brain fart this morning. But the white one's name is Preston. I can't hear you, brother. Is it me or you?
There we go. That was Preston in the shower.
Preston, there we go. Sterling, yeah. Because we saw a picture of him in the shower last week, and he looked nothing like that. You remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah, he's been lifting in the last week. He's got some muscle.
If there's a way that boy can figure out how to do that in a week, he's got himself a future ahead of him.
Hey, I got a surprise for you at the bottom of the first hour. I got a guest who's maybe showing up who you don't expect. He's going to show up this morning, and we're going to have some fun with him. Good morning, Charlie. Brother, how was your last 22 hours, man?
It must be somebody I know.
Well, he's been on the show before, and I was chatting with him yesterday. He's like, "Yeah, I'll get back on there with you guys." So, and I'm hoping to maybe get him onto the network as well. Hey, how was last 22 hours, brother?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We had yesterday. I went into the bank. Wasted my fucking time. I swear to Christ, unbelievable.
You know, I got to stop here a second, man. I got to be honest, brother. I don't know if we can have these conversations about you going to the bank, like, because automatically I think you're like 80 or 90.
No, dude. I mean, it is not by choice. They're like, you have to come in and prove who you are. and even my reps are like, fuck, man. Okay. So he goes, yeah, because I'm not going to be in there today, but go in. So I go and I fucking get up to a teller. I said, hey, this is what I got to do. She said, okay, perfect.
Yes.
Can you come back at 1 o'clock?
Yeah.
I can't come back at 1 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, because we got to go on lunch for an hour, right?
No, because we've listen to this. Okay, I've proven her, but now we need to get this department on the phone so I can talk with them and you here and show that this happened. I'm like, you know how long I waited on hold for that guy last time? 90 minutes.
Oh
I was sitting at my desk so I could make plenty of progress. I said, I'm not waiting here. I'm not coming back at 1. I'm not waiting on the phone.
Oh,
I said the guy himself told me this wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
I said, look, if this is going to turn into a long drawn out process, I just want to cancel these. I'll close these accounts. I can't do business this way. So fucker, of course, lies to me, tell me that's bullshit. So I would go in and it's like a fucking car sale.
Yes.
It's sucking you closer and closer. The more committed you get, you're fucking, I might as well do it.
Oh, there's nothing enjoyable about that experience. You might as well just go and give somebody like a bunch of time and just say, here you go, just take my time out of my life because I can't have any of it. And you can't get it back, man. You can't get it. There's nothing.
100%. It's like, and people that don't value time, they don't understand like us.
Oh, it's just when I know I have to like either phone or do something with either the phone company or the cable company or the bank, Johnny, I swear I break out in hives. I swear I'm like, my anxiety, my hives, because I know that these institutions are going to do nothing but steal my time, and I can't do nothing about it.
Well, here's what you can do, because it doesn't exist in our vocabulary first.
You're right. Yes, thank you.
And this is what I do, and the fuck, man, it's like I could have done this yesterday. Yesterday I didn't have the time, but I could do this. I don't want to do it.
Yes.
Anytime, I agree with you. So if I'm at my desk and I get on, I got 2 phones, so I basically can always be ramping. I can be able to hold on one and still make progress in the other.
Yeah.
I can be on the phone on the way for fucking 90 minutes. It's just because I'll be productive the whole fucking time on my other phone, like sitting at my desk. Very difficult to do that in the fucking Bank of America waiting room. Now, granted, if I have to do this, I realistically can. So anyway, what a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah, no, dude. So here's what's going to happen too, brother, is that over the next 15, 20 years, all these institutions are going to embrace these AI systems. They have already, but it's only going to get worse before it gets better. And it's going to be an interesting period of transition to all of that. And then you and I, as we're aging, I just want to talk to the human. Just want to talk to the human.
Well, the bitch about this is with the new industry I'm in. Yeah. I have to fucking layer these companies, and I have to have the bank in all different places.
Yeah.
That's the fucking problem. Normally, I've got 2 really good relationships with 2 really good fucking banks. I can get on the horn. I can do whatever the fuck I want with either one of them.
Yeah.
But I can't. I shouldn't say I can't. I'm choosing not to because if you plan for just you always want to make sure that if somehow a domino starts the fucking you're prepared for where I could end up.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. 100%. There's nothing enjoyable about that process at all, actually. So, hey, so I'm looking to find a way to weave this story into our conversation this morning, and I found a way to do it. A couple of days ago, we had an incredible, inspiring guy on our show. If you remember, 13-year addiction to heroin, and he went on and got his life sorted out. And he talked about the shame of it. He talked about figuring it out, and he talked about starting again. And John, we talked about beginning again, and we talked about, falling down and finding ways to figure it out. Well, you and I have also grown up, and the story we're talking about is not a celebrity story; it's a human story. But yesterday, somebody we both have been growing up with, and listen, I haven't spent a lot of time paying attention to her, and I know you haven't either because it's not part of our interest. But put that aside, because during our life, we hear people like Whitney Houston who pass untimely, or Michael Jackson, or Prince. And I'm not suggesting this person has passed, but it's like this path. It's like sometimes you see people's life and you're like, oh my God, this is not going in the right direction. Well, yesterday, Kai, let's run it. Britney Spears arrested for a DUI.
The women, 44, arrested Wednesday night in Ventura County, DUI. This isn't gossip. A lot of men have been exactly here.
Consequences, shame, repeat. That's the loop. It doesn't care who you are. She had everything and it still got her.
Name it. Tell someone before they find out. Then you rebuild one pillar at a time. That's the protocol.
John, I know you missed the headline. That's what we're here for.
So Johnny, I do not want to make this about a Britney Spears thing. I want to make actually about the idea of starting again. And because I was talking to a guy this morning on LinkedIn as well, Johnny, who was talking about our morning show. And I was like, dude, I said, the morning show, not only is it a business here, but what it's also given me the ability to do is just to begin again every single day and have a reason to get up and get after it and help me fight some of my addictive behaviors, et cetera, et cetera. So when I heard about her story, Johnny, we know there's a lot of dudes out there that are struggling with issues that are maybe have fallen off the bandwagon last night, maybe even drove last night drunk. And I just want to put an offer out there to anybody that, you got a chance to begin again. You can start again before it goes fucking sideways. Because Anderson, I'm saying to you, man, I'm saddened by the day that we might find this young lady dying earlier than she needs to.
Well, just a little. I mean, I'm just kind of pointing out some facts that I think that a lot of times we don't. And I understand everybody makes their choices. Everybody have to be responsible for their choices, but. Here, sometimes you get like, she'd be a classic example. She was put into the spotlight.
Yes.
At an age where she was young and everything was easy. She was pretty. She was in great shape. And then it's almost like I don't know, how would you say? It's like she's expected to be this way. Well, fuck, man. It's almost like,
yes,
it's like, as time goes on, it's almost impossible for her to, maintain this certain, you know what I mean? Because it's
absolutely
so based upon how you look and how you appeal. And so she goes through all this fucking difficult time that she tries to come back, whatever, a decade or whatever later.
Yeah.
The haggard version of what she once was, and just not accepted.
No, Johnny, exactly right. And dude, so well said.
And I don't mean haggard like she's still a very pretty lady, just not fucking 19 or 20 again.
Well, and dude, you're so right. And what did society do? Just spit her out, right?
Totally.
So you're so bang on, brother. Well said, man. Well fucking said. And and I joke about it often on this show that we have a certain part of society that wants to praise and wants to show love, but that the moment somebody screws up, we quickly cancel them. And I'm like, hey, maybe we want to wrap our arms around this person and try to help them. I don't know.
We all fuck up like that.
I know.
Just if some of us are in positions where it's easy to see.
Yes, exactly.
I'm not trying to include myself in like some sort of a fucking Britney Spears scenario.
No, dude, no. Like I said,
I have to be really fucking careful with, I mean.
Well, brother, listen, let's go back to the bank. I'll put myself into this. Now, I'm not suggesting I'm nowhere near the Britney Spears bullshit either, but let's go back to the bank scenario. So I went and sold my company, made a bunch of money, and then all of a sudden I felt like I was a little bit different than everybody for a period of my time. I did. I went to this ego confidence thing where it's like, oh, maybe I'm a little better than everybody. Oh yeah, I got some money here. So you go to the bank and people aren't treating you the right way. You kind of dickish, or you kind of go through this feelings of you're different than everybody. And I can imagine she went through all that as well. And then people spit her out. And she's like, okay, I'm now on this island. Now nobody's here to support me. It's a journey, man. It's an absolute journey. Hey, so Charlie, we're going to move on from that one to something else that I'm not sure if you saw this or not. Charlie, Good Time, sent me a clip yesterday. And this was all over the news over the last couple of days, but it's actually still quite interesting. If you're going to go and protest, you never want to make sure there's a senator who's a Navy SEAL Navy SEAL who's there to protect the situation. Did you see this, Johnny? Kai, let's run this clip.
Out. No one wants to fight for Israel.
His hand. Oh, his hand.
Guy in the suit is a Navy SEAL. He's a senator.
Let go of your hand. Let go of the door.
I know.
The senator broke his hand. A sitting U.S. senator just broke the hand of a Marine.
All right, Kai, let's cut it. So, so this guy was protesting and he was making a big deal of it, and they grabbed him to get him out of there, and he put his hand around the corner there, and they busted his hand in the corner there. But what I found quite striking is that there's a senator who's a Navy SEAL guy, and you're like, nope, don't fuck with that guy. He's going to come get you out of there. So watch if you're going to have any protests, because you never know who's in the room with you. So,
hey, check this out, brother. I got a question for you.
Tell me.
And this has been kind of interesting because, we have true, candid conversations here, and we're just our opinions and what we think, what we believe. Yeah. I've never asked you, and we've never on or off camera, I've never asked you, what is your position on Bitcoin in general?
Oh, great question. Oh, fuck, man. I'll tell you. So that unpacks a lot for me, actually. So it unpacks nothing but curiosity.
I mean, it represents something. It was the first way that people could exchange money without a bank.
Yeah, but what's fascinating to me is that, like, who created it? Was it a government thing? Is it CIA? Was it NSA? Is it done because we're watching the world right now with real gold, at a unique value, and then you got Bitcoin dropping in value, and so what's my opinion on it? I'm intrigued by it. I'm curious about it. I do see the value in it. I've bought it. I do own Bitcoin. Me
too. I just don't know how much I should be owning.
yeah. Well, here's the thing, Johnny, is that what's happening is that, we were all taught over the last 10 years to hedge against gold, and then look what's happened in the last month. Right? It's like, oh, wait a minute, I thought I was supposed to hedge against the real world gold, and that hasn't really worked out. So the whole thing is fascinating to me. And then you got the Trump administration and their family very much involved in it.
Well, that was to say that to me is kind of a tell. Like, because I actually looked into that a little bit.
Yep.
The Trump family has this. And I don't really understand what mining of it is, but
I can tell you. I'll explain it to you. Yeah.
Dude, I saw this fucking video of their mining facility.
Yes.
Dude, it's out in the middle of fucking nowhere in Texas. And this motherfucker is probably, you could fit 3 or 4 football fields in here.
Yes. Yeah.
Straight fucking computers mining. I don't really understand. So what is mining?
So basically mining, Johnny, is solving mathematical equations and then rewarding the computer for solving the mathematical equation. Right. So I know you're a simplification guy, so I'm simplifying for you. So every time, Keith is mining his Bitcoin, you're mining your Bitcoin. If you think about it, the more money you put into your machine, the quicker you can mine that. Let's go back to the real world. You got a bunch of heavy equipment. You're digging up gold. I'm digging up gold. You invest in heavy equipment to dig the gold faster than I do. You get the gold out faster. You get paid faster. Exactly.
How does the mathematical equation equal getting it correct fast equal a Bitcoin?
So think about algorithms and math, and think about power, right? So the computing power. So think quantum physics. Think about, excuse me, all the power required to solve a mathematical equation. So we know that Moore's law, and there's scientific, there's science that tells us how that math works, but we're facing, like, I'm trying to find the right words here. We're finding, like, mathematical limits, right? So these machines solve algorithmic problems. When they solve a problem, they're rewarded with a Bitcoin.
So, but what is the solving problem? What's the value of solving the problem to the Bitcoin? How do they connect? Like, let's just say we boil it down. 2 + 2 is 4. My fucking computer got it.
Exactly.
Why do I get Bitcoin for that?
Because it solved it. Because my 10 couldn't solve it. Yours did.
But so the solving the problem is how does that
is the reward?
Totally. But I mean, what are solving this mathematical problem brings value to something. What is it bringing value to?
It's bringing value to Bitcoin itself, right? And it's
basically just figuring out how many are left, how many are available.
Exactly. Yes, exactly correct. And compute. So again, if we think about real world, John, what's this gold worth that I've pulled out of the market today? Well, what's the market saying it's worth today? Right. Well, this mine only has 0.008% left, and it's pulling this out, and it's worth this. Right. So, and we're not talking obviously 2 + 2 = 4. I appreciate the simplification, but we're talking very, very complex computational problems, and it's essentially, if you solve it, it gets rewarded.
The numbers can be proven it's correct.
Exactly correct. Yes.
As soon as there's a correct equation of some new evolution of the mathematical equation / problem, there's a new solution, there's a reward.
And then, Johnny, what happens is we've been introduced to the word immutable proof, meaning that it's proven. So this transaction happened. It's recorded. It's on the ledger. The problem has been solved. It was solved by this facility, and there's the proof for it, right? So that's why blockchain. One last thing, John. That's why blockchain has been so has been looked at as such an effective future technology because it proves the transaction happened.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because it's what I mean. Some of these things I don't understand. Like clearly, I didn't understand this at all. So thank you. Really cool. That helps me understand what mining is. I was just like.
Well, and John, let me add one layer for you. So you think about, you got the facilities you saw there in Texas with the Trump family. Well, think about all the power that you have to keep those computers on. So let's just simplify. Okay, so you got an electricity bill for $100,000 this month to turn your computers on. Okay, it cost me $100,000 to turn my computers on. Okay, but we made $200,000 in Bitcoin. There's our profit, right? So it's actually it's simple. It's as simple as that, really.
Totally. Yeah.
I had a guy, a friend of mine who actually has 5 computers in his basement, just mining Bitcoin. And every few days he might get like a 0.008th worth of a Bitcoin, where you have a big factory producing a Bitcoin at a time, right? So
might be getting 8.
Exactly correct. Yeah, it's quite fascinating, man. It's the technology underneath. It's fascinating.
And that's it. I mean, it's moving so fast. I don't understand it. So that kind of brings me to what I was really getting at in this conversation. Thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah.
Like, some of these things are so, like, I speak from my position. Like, some of these things are so, like, even what you explained to me is not going to help me make a better fucking investment in Bitcoin. You know what I mean?
It won't make me either, and it doesn't make anybody, because it's all speculative, Johnny.
Well,
and that's
totally. And so that's what I'm getting at, is that I think that right now is a really interesting time, because we're able to watch these fucking massive players make massive moves, and these massive players are massive for a fucking reason.
Yes, part of the problem is that we were all raised in the world of finance on I'm looking for a word here like we look for principles, and like there's certain things we look for. We know P&E earnings. I'm looking for the word. We buy stocks on earnings, on different statistical values, right?
Yep.
Bitcoin is all speculative. Like, it's all speculative. Like, you can go into ChatGPT or Perplexity or Grok and say, what's Bitcoin going to be in 3 months from now? And it's going to pick a fucking number out of the air.
Well,
right?
totally. So, I mean, it's almost like, so, the Bitcoin, or even like Ethereum, right?
Yes.
Trump has been buying Ethereum like fucking mad, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So it's almost like, buying an IPO because some fucking whale is buying a shitload of it. You don't really understand anything about the company or the stock, but you know that some big motherfucker just put $3 billion in there, and he's good at not losing his money because he's a billionaire.
That's exactly it. That's exactly. And unfortunately, in a world of social we live in, it is nothing but it's pump and dump. So Johnny gets on there and he's like, oh yeah, buy Bitcoin, but just pump. And you get everybody hyped up. Everybody's buying, right? And then, it's all speculative. It's all provocative. It's all, you find YouTube channels. Oh yeah, Bitcoin's going to be at $88,000 next week, and people get all, oh my God, I got to buy some Bitcoin right now because it's going to go up next week. And there's no foundation for it. There's no truth to any of it.
Yeah. I mean, so that kind of brings me to, really what this whole conversation about is, in terms of like, this is, I guess, the time we're in right now. If you're trying to figure out where to invest your money, just watch the fucking big boys right now.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Well, in good times, like, the Trump coin was pump and dump. Oh, absolutely. Like that was a classic pump and dump scenario. They introduced that Trump coin when he came into office, and
they've done a couple of those, and they just did the World Liberty Financial coin.
Yes, get everybody to buy.
You know what, dude? Funny enough on that, I actually bought 10 grand. I bought 10 grand of a fucking fake World Liberty Financial, because I knew that everybody was going to go and get the wrong one. And then as it got closer to the real release, I saw it start dipping off, and I fucking sold it.
Yeah.
I fucking like tripled my money.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry. Finance principles. Like, we've been raised that you look at certain principles of a company, and then you make an investment in it. That's what we're looking for, right? So you're like, okay, so what's Keith's earnings? What's his profit? What's his P&E? I'll make an investment. With Bitcoin or ETH or any of that stuff, there's none of that. There's so to a traditional investor, like, so what's the P&E on it? What are they made this month? Well, look, there's none of that. It's just it's somewhat speculative. I'll tell you what's not speculative. Power slap. I got something quite interesting here. You want to talk about committed? We talk about this committed segment. Kai, let's run this. Check this out.
I got two of my buddies who actually, I guess you'd call them catchers.
Yeah.
They stand behind and fucking when someone's going down, they got to keep their head from fucking cracking.
Well, dude, watch this. This struck me one. Watch this. This chick here is committed. Watch. Oh, Kai, you missed the first part there. Kai, can you run it back? Boom.
Oh.
Look at her. Look at her. And then she's next. Watch.
Getting taunted. Wow.
Knocked her out.
but she kept her stick up, which I think means something.
Oh, okay. Kai, can you run that back in? I didn't see that, Johnny. Oh, yeah, I did not.
If they lose that fucking stick, their game is over. I don't know what it means if they go to their ass or their knees, but the stick didn't touch the ground.
Interesting. What I found about it though is that when that first girl got slapped, she's holding back the tears. And then the blonde girl is taunting her, and then the brunette just whacks her, knocks her right down.
There was another one of these things. It was this Islander.
Yeah, okay.
Just fucking savage looking dude. Like, I'm thinking to myself, the last thing I want to do is start trading with this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Anyway,
yes.
Open hand or not, I don't give a shit. The other guy just fucking cracks him, and you can see you're looking right at his face, eyes right here, cracks him. The fucking Islander basically, boom, turns his fucking face around, and one of his eyes has dropped like 2 inches. It broke the fucking orbital bone, whatever that holds his eye up, broke it right here. His eye sunk probably realistically an inch.
The orbital bone broke.
Well, how else is the?
No shit.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, and the crazy part was this fucking guy just stood there like nothing happened.
Like nothing happened. Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh. Hey, so Johnny, I was teasing Roofy earlier today that to those of us that are out there nervous about our online accounts, that we're doing things anonymously. Well, AI can now unmask Matt Roof's anonymous activity on the internet for just $4. Sterling Preston.
Can I do it real quick?
Yeah.
If anybody thinks that they're fucking covering up what they're doing, they're fucking just wake up.
Okay, Matt, did you hear that? Sterling Preston, what is this all about?
Christ.
You got a clip there? No?
Researchers from ETH Zurich and Anthropic built an AI system that unmasked anonymous accounts by reading writing style. They call it ESRC.
Cost per target, $1.41 to $5.64. That's it. Your burner Reddit account, gone. On Hacker News, they matched anonymous profiles to LinkedIn across 82,000 people. 45% recall at 99% precision.
John probably doesn't know what Reddit is, but his email signature gave him away.
Actually, we get quite a lot of business from Reddit.
I bet you do, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's people that have published shit about me in there from like fucking 2 decades ago.
Yeah. Oh, I would bet you'd get, now that you say that out loud, I bet you get tons of traffic from Reddit. For sure you would. But I found this.
The problem is funneling them down to the ones that should be, looking for what I'm providing.
100%. Yeah. Well, yeah, because I'm thinking there's a lot of shit there as well. But I found this was quite interesting. But researchers from a couple places in Zurich just published a study that they actually AI can now figure out who you really are behind anonymous accounts. And it's doing that based on your writing style. On the breadcrumbs.
If anybody thinks they're anonymous, fucking wake up.
Oh, I know. I know. But again, we keep getting these little. But
the whole idea is, why the fuck is everybody so worried about it?
Well, I'll tell you what people are worried about. We talked about this a couple weeks ago when James Vanderbeek passed. Johnny, colorectal cancer. Yeah, colorectal cancer is now the #1 cancer killer for adults under 50. And that's not clickbait. Sterling, Preston.
An American Cancer Society dropped a report. Colorectal cancer is now the #1 cancer killer for adults under 50.
They say 45% of new diagnoses are in adults under 65. In 1995, it was 27%.
Screening used to start at 50, now it's 45. Most under 50 cases get found late.
If you're 45, get screened. If you're younger and you see blood or weird changes, don't tough guy it. Keith, John, take this one.
Brother, like, so seriously, man, like in people
define what that actually, the colorectal part.
Sure. Yeah. Hey, Grok, can you define colorectal cancer for us?
Colorectal cancer. It's just cancer that starts in the colon or rectum. Think of it like this. Your colon's the long, winding tube that turns food into poop, and the rectum's the final stretch before it exits. Most cases begin as little growths, polyps, that can turn nasty over time if ignored. Blood in the stool, weird bathroom habits, cramps that won't quit. Those are red flags. Early catch, way better odds. Late, tougher fight. So yeah, don't wait for 50 if something feels off.
Johnny, what struck me most of this one before I go is that it's been increasing 3% per year since 95.
I'm going to fall back to one of my sayings is,
you
have the average American diet, you're going to have the average American disease.
I have
like this. If we put all this fucking shit that our bodies were not designed to process into our processing plant, right?
Yep.
Do we expect that there's going to be no problems?
Well, that's it, and that's why I wanted to have this, put this on the table.
Keep eating fucking all the shit you're eating.
Yep.
And keep getting the fucking problem. Okay, let's Grok. Let's look at the Centurion civilizations where people lived to be over 100 very regularly. How many of those people had this problem with the rectile, whatever it's called, cancer?
Honestly, almost none. Those centenarian hotspots, Okinawa, Sardinia, Nicoya, Loma Linda, they're not popping with colorectal cancer.
How much processed food did
How much what?
Processed food.
How much junk? Processed food? Dude, we're talking trillions. The US alone chews through about $200 billion worth every year. How
much processed foods did the Centurion civilizations eat?
Oh, they didn't eat any. You cut her off. She was going to say she was going to get to it. They didn't eat any of it.
I know. I fucked that up. But yeah, that's so.
Go ahead.
So it's kind of like okay, it sucks that this is happening, but it's like, if we fucking go outside and it's raining and we get wet, do we wonder why? Is there do we need to go to the doctor? Why did I get wet today?
Well, so I'll just put it out there. Not everybody is a fan of RFK, and I'm not suggesting we all have to love the guy. If there's anything, he's starting conversations that nobody wanted to have for the last 20 or 30 years. And it's like, okay, why are we fucking putting food dye and shit? Why are we having ultra processed foods? Why can't we make different decisions? Let's change the food pyramid around. So again, this is not about liking the individual who's leading it. We're finally having some conversations about, because the lead
person that's fucking posing the proper questions.
Exactly, Johnny. Exactly. So remove the person delivering the message. Let's focus on the message. And that to me is what we got to talk about, because the lead researcher, Rebecca Siegel from the American Cancer Society, said something that should get everybody's attention. And this was the thing that jumped out at me. After decades of progress, the risk of dying from colorectal cancer is climbing in younger generations. This confirms a real uptick in disease because it's something we're doing or some other exposure. Yes, something we're doing, diet, lifestyle, like all the crap that is surrounding us every single place we go. All the fucking food that's killing us as human beings.
Dude, it's in keep in mind, all of these problems are just fucking because the way we've been fed for the last however many decades. Like Alzheimer's is just fucking sweeping. We're going to hear so much about Alzheimer's soon. It's just like I can't remember. It's some crazy amount of $billions industry.
Oh,
and I saw actually a picture, 2 brains scanned.
Yes.
Alzheimer's brain looked like a fucking raisin.
Yes.
Healthy brain looked like a fucking plump grape. What that is, it's a starving brain.
Yes.
Just like an Ethiopian that looks all sucked up, hasn't again been fed. The brain is the same. I mean, Alzheimer's is almost like fucking type 3 diabetes. It's basically, it's not getting nutrients. So part of our fucking problem is that we're eating in such a way where there's no fucking nutrients getting fucking moved anywhere. And then our insulin sensitivity goes through the fucking floor. Insulin sensitivity means when you eat, the body's supposed to send insulin out to pull the nutrients up. Well, I'm oversimplifying, but think like this. The insulin's going out and it's fucking not, there's no nutrients to pull. Why is it going out?
Well, because we're not getting the right nutrients.
That's it. And it's pretty soon the body's like, fuck, I knock on the door, nobody fucking answers. So I guess I just don't need to knock on the door anymore.
Well, fuck. Well, it's funny because Good Time says here, my doctor has me do that poop in a box thing. And then of course we got Nino Fincher. What's shaking, Nino? She says foods plus stress plus
it's fucking crazy, dude.
I know. Foods plus stress plus unprocessed emotional crap. Another great convo. Good to see you guys. Good to see you too, Nino. Well, Johnny, so let's continue this on. I didn't expect this to be here, but so one of the ways that we as humans might go for colonoscopies. Hey, Good Time, this is looking at you, brother. Swallow a robot, skip the colonoscopy. Maybe this is the future of gut health.
Engineers built a swallowable robot. You take it like a vitamin. It scans your gut from the inside.
And flag suspicious tissue and grab tiny samples. No prep, no sedation. It just passes through.
That could fix the compliance problem, but don't wait for it. If you're due, get screened with today's tools.
So this relates to it. So this would be, so instead of today's technology where they have you shit in a box, you check it out, you essentially swallow this little pill. It's a robot, and it's going to go through your body, and it's going to feed a bunch of data back to the doctors to tell you if you got cancer or not. So this is a good thing. This is not a bad thing at all.
So here I'm just trying to think of like an on-the-fly analogy, right? We've got all of these things like this.
Yeah.
And by all means, I'm not saying that the technology is poor. I think it's wonderful coming out with you, but it's like, okay, our model, our the way that we're dealing with health is like this. Okay. We want you to subscribe to McDonald's. We're just going to allow you to keep eating McDonald's. And all we're going to do is we're just going to create ways that we can keep you eating there until you finally fucking can't take it anymore.
I knew you were going to go there because we're
going to just put this fucking robot down your throat and something up your ass, and we're going to make sure that you're not dying today. And if you're getting close, we'll give you another pill. But guess what? You can keep eating your Big Macs.
But believe me,
like most of the shit that we talk about doesn't apply to people that fucking take care of themselves.
Well, because I wrestle with some of the same conversations, right? Because on one hand, we encourage people to make good decisions and so forth. But then society is always creating fixes for those that continue to stay on the couch and make the bad decisions and disrupt the healthcare industry and bankrupt the healthcare industry and et cetera, right? So, right. And maybe it's this, Johnny. Maybe it's, as long as we know there's going to be idiots with the fat 75-year-old floppy tits, as you would say, laying on the couch, maybe we got to keep building businesses to solve those problems. And that just
the tits get a little bit bigger.
And I guess that's just what it is at the end of the day, right? And to Petro's comments, it is very dysfunctional. Like it's completely
dysfunctional. It's kind of like this. If people would understand, let's put this to the simplest fucking. There's no more layers to pull off this onion. Right? Every time you put something in your mouth,
yes,
you're going to get a positive or a negative health ripple.
Yeah, yes.
Sterling, I'm not talking about semen in your mouth, so stop it. Every time you go to eat something, it's literally, you have to decide, is this pushing me into a good or a bad health ripple? Because we're rippling. We never stop rippling. We're migrating, if you are. Health is constantly migrating somewhere. Is it going, and there's no in the middle.
Yes.
The only time you cross the middle is if you're coming from bad to good or good to bad.
Yes.
So when you go to put something in your mouth, is this helping me not get something fucking jammed up my ass because I'm developing cancer, or is this helping me not get something jammed up my ass because I'm getting away from developing cancer?
When you think about it, and I've had this conversation with you before, I believe, or even just out loud. When you think about it, John, the decision we make with the food that we put into our mouth, a decision, right? Just the significance of it. It affects the way you speak. Because hear me out. If you're eating bad food, you're going to be in a bad mood. You're gonna be agitated. You're gonna feel angry. You're not gonna be in your best performance. So you eat bad food, you're reacting bad. So if you make good food choices, you're probably gonna speak better. You're gonna feel better. Like the power we have with a choice. To your point, like to oversimplify, right? Whether I eat good food, which makes me healthy, which has me have educated conversations, or if I eat bad food. It's just the power of that, because nobody forces you to eat. And that's what I find fascinating about that one statement. You got one of it gets, and it's all your choice at the end of the day.
Yep. And here's the thing. It's like, let's talk, the everyday man.
Yes.
Doesn't understand this about as much as he doesn't understand that taxes are his biggest expenses in life.
Same thing.
Yeah, they're just the knowledge base is so fucking thin. There's no awareness. They just keep walking through this basically pre-planned, zombified fucking lifestyle that we've been programmed with, not having a fucking clue that they're basically their biggest expense is taxes, and their food is probably everything they put in their mouth, as you said, is one of the biggest outcomes of how they're going to feel, perform, and everything else.
Yeah, the power of the choice of food, like again, taking a page from your simplification world, it's actually the most important decision we make every single day.
Crazy.
There's nothing more complicated than that. Hey, so Gen Z, Johnny, Gen Z says that they want joyful dads.
Which one is Gen Z? I don't understand all the fucking letters.
Yeah, so Gen Z is your daughters.
Okay,
my daughters, my kids, your kids. Okay. Yeah, those are Gen Z. So they want joyful dads, not Rambo. Are they right? And I don't know if we have. Hey, do we have an opener? I don't think we have an opener. This. No, we don't. No, no. So yeah, we are going to proceed with it. Yeah. So Johnny, in a U.S. survey of 1,500 people between the ages of 10 and 24, nearly 60% said they want to see their fathers openly showing love and enjoying parenting instead of acting like Rambo. And you and I were raised with Rambo.
I think that's. I'm not denying that. I would agree with that. Yeah. But I think what's not being recognized is that they also want that father figure to have the structure and the stability to protect them.
Yes.
So really, when it comes down to the real Rambo, has the Rambo, and he has the giggles and the laughter and the tears.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe what they're saying is they want more of this, but they don't want abandon that.
Yeah. Good question. Good question.
Who and it was it, you said it was girls, or is the generation?
It was all sides. They wanted fathers that had some softness to them, not just the tough Rambo guy.
I mean, but think about that. That's a relationship in general.
Oh, 100%.
You like our relationship. You want to see the rigid side of me, but you want to see the tear side of me as well.
Absolutely. And
well, what's different with a fucking father and a kid?
Because I think what's happened though is that you and I, we and our audience, like who we hang out with on our show and the people we connect with, we were raised in that Rambo generation, right? And let's face it, right? Rambo and it was hard and stoic and not softness. You're unique. And perhaps so am I. AJ Zeglin's unique. Like I was at AJ's service yesterday for his mother-in-law, and dude, the love that guy showed and the vulnerability that guy showed, that's tough for a lot of men, John. Let's face it, right? It's tough for a lot of men. And you're okay to show it. I'm okay to show it. Right. And but we both know that there's men on the show that have been on our show that struggle with that. And maybe that's kind of the point of this, right? Where your girls and my kids are looking for, it's okay to see Johnny cry, but still be tough to hold the room to protect me. There's a balance there where there's some men that will protect, but will run to a different room to show some tears or won't have tears at all. Right.
And keep in mind on that level, there's been times when I've needed to hide my tears from my kids.
Absolutely.
Because they needed to not know.
Yes.
Not the problem I was facing. There was no help. There's no helping them if they understood.
That's exactly correct. Because sometimes I think we forget, John, and I'm suspecting you speak to your kids the same way you speak to Terry and any other adult. They're humans. You talk to them like adults, and so do I. But as young children, sometimes I believe sometimes we don't need to show them things because we don't need to put the burden on their shoulders that they don't need to carry.
Yeah, there's a time.
Correct.
Like I've told my kids about pretty much all of the issues that I've had now. Yes. They're adults. And I said, you didn't know this because this was not helping you as a fucking teen.
That's correct. Yes.
Or a preteen.
Yeah, because a 7, 8-year-old, 9-year-old kid doesn't need to carry a burden of something mom and dad are talking about or feeling about. And they don't need to feel that burden. No, like they're fucking children. Let them be a child. Right?
Yeah, let them. There's plenty of shit that they have to learn to deal with.
Yes.
That they actually have some control over, that you can teach them how to deal with that versus showing them something that you're all busted up about that you have no control over, and you just got to get through the fucking stick. How does that help them?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I have no idea. Good morning, everybody. Hanging out with Keith and John this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We did have a dude who was going to show up.
Who was it? You got to tell me now. Now they've fucked it up. Who was it?
EJ Snyder, the naked and afraid guy, the guy who hung out in the bush forever there, who was naked. And remember, he had to stitch his scrotum up?
I remember.
Yeah. So he said he had a big announcement today. We were texting yesterday. So we'll come on the show. He goes, okay, I'll be there. So maybe something come up. I'll send him the text a little bit later today. But EJ Snyder was going to join us on the show this morning, but that's okay. But hey, John, get this. So imagine, well, actually, don't imagine this. I'm just going to, what the fuck is this? Courtney Clenny is going viral for taking boyfriend applications while in jail.
Who?
This girl named Courtney Clenny. Johnny, she's in jail for killing her boyfriend, but she's taking applications for her next boyfriend. And she's being overwhelmed with mail on guys that want to be her boyfriend after she's now put in jail because she killed her previous boyfriend. Like what?
It just shows, I guess it just shows how men think with the head that's in their pants.
It absolutely does. And
I mean, she's pretty. She looks like she might be fun for a ride in the fucking sack, but I don't know how that fucking constitutes boyfriend.
Well, hey, a ride in the sack,
and don't fucking fall asleep when it's over.
I was just gonna say, don't stay the night because you're not waking up.
No, this is a public, excursion. You keep this, you know where nobody can see you, but at the same time, a couple of hard steps either direction, and you can be spotted by the public. Exactly. Keep yourself safe.
Yeah. Charlie says
there's no weapons close by.
No.
There's no kitchen down the hallway for a fucking meat cleaver.
And Charlie says they think. Because every guy's like, I can fix her. I'm going to tame her. No, you're not taming nothing.
You think about that, brother. In a situation like this, think of how many weapons are in a kitchen.
Oh,
you don't want to be You don't want to be in the structure with a kitchen with a chick like that.
No, ever. Good morning, everybody. Hanging out with Keith and John this morning. I'm Morning to the Live with Keith, John, and friends. We go live every single day, Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock live Eastern time, right here on Morning to the Lab.live, mitl.live if you haven't checked in yet. John's going to do a lifestyle tip. We're going to do a reset on hour 2, and we're going to come back and get into it. John Petruccelli is going to join us this morning. I got a couple things for you guys. Johnny, so Anthropic dropped a jobs graph this morning, and you haven't seen it. I don't know if Petro has seen it. And they're predicting, like, it's a fascinating graph, dude. And I want to put it up there and talk about it with you guys. I got a couple things put on the table as well this morning with Petro, myself, and yourself. But let's do lifestyle tip, reset hour 2, go for a pee, and we'll come back and keep the show on the road this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
Here we go, baby. The tip: get off the fucking sideline of your own fucking life. That's right. It's like your life is a movie. It's a game. And you're choosing to be a fucking extra. You're choosing to be on the sidelines. Why? Mostly because you're telling yourself that you're not. Well, let's give that a little test. Because if you were in the game, you'd be making progress because you're kind of forced to. And you're obviously being honest with yourself because you're off the sidelines. You've actually elected to take a main character role in the basically movie about your life. Then, you're choosing to be the quarterback. You're in. Okay. If you're on the sideline, if you're an extra, let's test this. And this was part of one of my tips before, but it seemed to resonate really well. Go to the nearest place where you can find a fucking mirror and take your shirt off. I'm not even going to describe what you're going to see. I've already talked about all the fold over tits and everything like that, but we all know what you're going to see, but you don't just pretend like, oh yeah, I know what it looks like. Go look. It's worse than you think. Because if you don't want to look at yourself, that means you're on the fucking sidelines of your life when it comes to your health and fitness. Well, guess what? If you're on the sideline of your fucking life and your health and fitness, you're probably on the sideline of your life in other areas as well. And don't get me wrong, you might have one area where you're the quarterback. But bottom line is this: you want to be the quarterback of all areas of your life. And generally speaking, the first manifestation that people need to make is their health and fitness. You have 100% control of changing how you look and how you feel. Business is not always, if you got a job, it's not always totally in your control how you move forward. You could bust your ass and over time that will happen. But when it comes to the things you can control, are you on the fucking sideline of your life? My guess is most people are. If you're here, it's because you want something more. So it's time to fucking take this piece of advice. Start being honest with yourself. In the first place, you need to do it is how you feel, because how you feel translates into how you look. And all of this put together translates into more confidence, translates into you making the decision that you're going to make a change. So get off the sidelines of your life. Rock and roll.
Good morning. Welcome back to Mornings in the Live with Keith, John, and friends. If you've missed hour one, I'm sorry you did. Yeah, true story. If you missed it, too bad. We go live, 8 o'clock, mitl.live. Have you checked in for the show yet? Mornings.live, mitl.live. Come up, check into the show, and show us your proof. Show us you are up and at 'em and start building your streak. Yes, so you can have that, so you can build that long streak. Hey guys, quick little recap on the first hour. We got into the shame loop that destroys men. We talked about the unfortunate circumstances. Britney Spears was arrested yesterday for DUI. It was not a Britney Spears conversation. It was really about a conversation about starting again and battling shame and making mistakes and finding ways and surrounding yourself with people to help us move forward in life when life catches up to us. Hey, Petro's coming up here in a couple minutes. We're going to get into, I got a bunch of things we're going to get into coming up with myself, John Anderson, Dr. John Petrocelli, and hey, Kai, she's on the buttons. We have no idea where Jimmy is. Jimmy's internet is cut somewhere, but we got Melissa back there behind the scenes. We got Kai back there behind the scenes. An hour two. And you know what we'll do, guys? Maybe we'll debut our brand new studio page, mitl.studio. I'm going to prepare my team for that one. But hour two, Nation, it starts right now.
It's 8 a.m. If you're already tired, that's not age. That's drift showing up early.
You've said it before. I'm just getting older. But what you mean is you've been lowering your standards.
Aging is real, but indiscipline is optional. That's the line between a second act and a slow fade.
Drift is quiet. It's one skipped workout. One, I'll start Monday. Then you blink and months are gone.
Today, you're rebuilding discipline without blowing up your life. Small reps, tight habits, no excuses.
Stay with us. This isn't about feeling young. It's about showing up like your legacy is watching, because it is.
Dr. John Petrocelli is in the house this morning. What's he reading today, Kai?
The bullshit professor is here. If you walked in with a polished excuse, swallow it now.
He doesn't argue, he diagnoses. If your story is fake, it's about to get exposed.
Oh!
Hey, what's up?
I think you need to greet Anderson with that book. I just need to get the hell out of here. Put that book up on there again. Assholes?
Oh, yeah, I just started reading this.
John,
my first question is there pictures in that book?
No, there's.
Well, shit, man. If there's no pictures in that book, where's the entertainment value?
we're talking colorectal cancer, and Petro's reading a book about assholes.
Well, it's a thing like this. If you had a book that was filled with, like, if there was a book title and it just said vaginas and it was just nothing but pictures, I would be very entertained because looking at vaginas is fun.
John,
looking at buttholes would perk my interest too. So think about that. The book title, this could be your book, brother. You could have one called Vaginas, a whole bunch of pictures of vaginas. Then the next one, the sequel can be buttholes, a whole bunch of pictures of this thing would probably sell at the store.
Johnny, buttholes was Seymour Butts, and vaginas was called Cherry Magazine or Hustler Magazine, started by Larry Flint.
Yeah, but if it was a nice hardback and it was just a single, I mean, like that Petro, when you held that up, I was like, that's a seller right there.
Yeah.
Am I right?
John wants like the encyclopedias, like he wants the whole volume stretch of the.
So serious question. What is the Assholes book about?
Yeah, well, I just started reading it, but it's really about sort of the social asshole. It's like the person that we commonly refer to assholes. People
really?
They want special advantages. They feel that they deserve these benefits.
Are they skeptical too?
No.
They're not skeptical.
No, they feel entitled. They're immune to complaints. They take benefits that most people in society would say that those would be unfair. They cut in lines.
Give an example of that.
Like cutting in lines, ignoring rules that everybody else is following, monopolizing attention. Conversations. All of those things that we commonly you do enough of these, you get the label an asshole. And this is a whole theory about it. And so I thought this looks like a good read. So far,
there's theory on it.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Dude, all of that cutting in line, gaining attention. If this is something you're forcing and you're doing yourself, that's 100% an asshole. But the idea is to get to the point where all of that happens for you, where you're brought to the front of the line, where, if you earn that position, that's a different asshole.
Yeah. If you're like a Frank Sinatra, you might, or a Ric Flair, I can see people pushing you to the front of the line so somebody else can be the asshole. But this guy, I believe he's a philosopher. So this is philosophy, John.
Oh yeah.
This is philosophy, a theory. Yeah.
So I gotta be honest. So Anderson, since we've met Petro, what I'm loving about our relationship with Petro, so we bring him on the show because he's the bullshit professor. And in my mind, and I'm suspecting yours as well, Anderson, like he's legitimized the idea of bullshit research and just those ideas and concepts. And now I know Charlie and the gang, and I'm thinking you too, Anderson, is that we're now legitimizing and having very theoretical conversations on what an asshole is and what it means and how one is one and why somebody became one. So, John, have you got to the part why somebody becomes an asshole?
No, not yet. But there's actually a really interesting, and the name escapes me. He's a social scientist. He started a Reddit page.
Yeah,
that asks.
John gets half his
just the basic question: am I an asshole? Which is I think is a really good question for people to just ask periodically.
Oh my God! Is that ever a good question?
And then people chime in and answer. They give their opinion on whether or not in this situation. So anybody could come on to the page and ask, am I the asshole in this situation? And and you get more of a consensus as opposed to just my own perspective, which is relatively narrow and messy.
But here's the thing, though. to kind of make an interesting, part of this discussion. I'm using myself as the prime example. I pay so little attention to what is going on around me in terms of how people do it. I think there's a lot of things that how I go about, call it getting from point A to point B, and that can be applied to just about everything in a way that I think people may consider that to be an asshole because they're happy to quote wait in line. I'm not talking about waiting in line.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm talking about they're happy waiting. I'm not. So their idea of what an asshole is very different than mine. I think you're the asshole because you're the dipshit standing there fucking thinking that that's the way it's done.
No, we're staying on this conversation because Johnny, you hit a nail on the head here. Petro, he's right. Like we're talking social standards, right? Where John thinks it's normal because of what his standards are, or I do. And I was even sharing kind of my example when I sold my company. I know there was a period of my time, Petro, where I was an asshole. I thought because I had a bunch of money, I thought that maybe my shoulders were a little bigger than everybody else. And I know I went through asshole phase.
Now we know that when you thought your shoulders were bigger, now we know you were really disillusioned for sure.
1000%, Anderson. Yeah, fucking right. But it's fascinating because to John's point, Petro, his definition of what not an asshole is compared to what yours is, there's a difference there.
Yeah, there's variation. There's variation in that. I do think though that I'm sort of in the middle of that, I guess, with the John's example. So if I'm waiting in line, I'm at the grocery store, and let's say I'm second in line.
Yes.
I think the person in front of me is an asshole if they're watching the person who's ringing up all of the items bag everything, individually. Get over there and bag your own damn groceries. Get this line moving. I think to myself, well, this person is a real asshole. They're watching. They're like staring at the person behind the register, that's ringing everything up. And it's like, why not bag your own groceries? This line would move a lot faster if everyone did that. So my perspective is a little different. And that's the thing, is an example of a variation. But there is I think some general common traits. This self-aggrandizing sort of entitlement,
yes,
and immunity to complaints, and taking sort of special advantages, like you're the special narcissist.
So Petro, let me
I say this kind of jokingly, since we're on this grocery store.
Yeah.
I say this kind of jokingly, so take this with a grain of salt. See, in my mind, I think if you're at the fucking grocery store to begin with, you're an asshole. See, that's where my mind goes. Okay, all you assholes have these fucking funny conversations about bagging groceries. That you're an asshole. Be assholes together. So I'm the asshole that never goes into fucking grocery, and I'm happy to be that asshole.
So Petro, here's the question. This is interesting because Charlie says, Good Time says, did the bank think John was an asshole yesterday because he didn't want to follow the bank's rules?
Probably. And I told the lady, I said, look, I want you to understand this has absolutely nothing to do with you. This has to do with the fact that I came in here and I set up this, executive bank account scenario. So I didn't have to deal with this stuff because I don't have the time. So I said, this is so not about you, but I can't come back at 1:00. So I guess when it comes down to it, when in those situations, if I was just a fucking cock, the poor lady's doing her job, that's an asshole. I'm venting my frustrations about the situation, clearly letting her know this has nothing to do with you. You're doing a great job. See, I think that's how the both sides of the fence is played. You have to have that part if you're going to be on this side of the asshole fence.
Okay, so here's a question for both you guys. So you guys are Johnny, you're on an air. Oh, this is Petro. You're going to like where I'm going to take this one. Anderson, I'm putting you on stage. You're flying somewhere really important. You're having to get somewhere, and you're on the airplane, and there's a guy in the bathroom. Kai, let's run it. And he's doing his 5K run in the bathroom. So, Johnny, He's the guy who's getting on the stage, not in the stands.
What is he doing? He's going up and down off the toilet.
Yeah, he ran 5K. He took an hour in the bathroom to run his 5K. He wanted to get his 5K, and he had a long haul flight So in order to get his 5K in, he ran circles in the toilet.
You know, you can walk up and down the fucking aisleway. That's allowed.
Was he an asshole for doing that?
I was, you know, he could have easily done that outside in the plane.
Petro, was he an asshole?
100%. 100% asshole.
But maybe he wasn't, though, because he got his goals done. He took care of himself. He's the guy.
But he could have got his goals done without fucking so many people up in the process.
Yeah. Think of the people that needed to use that bathroom, and he doesn't care. He's a selfish asshole, I think.
Dude, I'm outside that fucking door pinching my fireman's cap is what's happening right now.
Yeah.
And it's purple as it's getting pinched.
I've got to come home and explain why that thing's fucking black, because there's so much bruising because I had to squeeze it so hard not to piss in my pants.
I guarantee when Petra got on the show this morning, Anderson, he did not think he was talking about assholes for 12 minutes, but it's a fascinating conversation because we use the term in a really loosely humorous, that guy's just an asshole. But the way you presented it, Petra, when we talk about it, there's a lot going on with that term, social science-wise, John Petricelli.
Yeah, I think it's an evolving theory. I think it's building. I think we're just on the cusp of it, because I think there's another aspect of that assholism there by the guy in the bathroom. So if let's say whoever's knocking on the door, is angry because let's say whoever's knocking on the door, right? And is angry because they've been waiting an hour to use the bathroom. Now he's probably gonna number 8 in the bathroom there doing his 5K. When he opens the door, he's probably gonna have one of two behaviors, depending on who it is that's knocking on the door. If Pee Wee Herman is knocking on the door, he's probably gonna cop an attitude, right? But if John Anderson is standing on the other side of the door, he's gonna think twice and thrice. He's not going to have the same attitude. I think that's another level of assholism there, because if you're going to take an hour in that bathroom and you're going to have a different attitude depending on who it is, because people say, men size each other up, right? There's a social comparison. He's not going to have that
thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that's just another aspect of the assholism there.
Dude, that's fascinating, man. What a fascinating conversation. Seriously. Because and then the third thing, Petro, an extremely attractive female is standing outside the door when you open it up after your 5K run and she has to go for a pee. You're probably feeling like a twit. You yourself are probably feeling like the asshole, I'm thinking, Petro.
I guess I would even feel even more like an asshole, though, if it was a kid that was waiting to use that bathroom.
Yeah. Well, and then get this. So Lauren puts out, this is a good point too. What about all the other people who'd love to run the 5K too? That guy was the big time asshole because he took up their space to do it.
I still don't understand why he didn't just fucking go up and down the aisleway.
Because he needed to create some content for the gram. Maybe that's what it was.
Well, and that now we're moving into a whole nother layer
conversation. Of assholeism. Yeah. Hey, I wanted to have this conversation with you guys as well. We have young kids, and Petro, you are in social sciences. You look to the future all the time. And I teased this while you were in the green room and even on the show earlier. Petro, Anthropic dropped their jobs graph this morning. Hey, Kai, can you throw that graph on screen? I want to talk about it with you guys because this is fascinating. Actually, did you see it, Petro?
Yeah, I saw it. I had some questions with regard to that, the scale. I wasn't sure what the scale was, and then it looked like there was some filler. It looked like there were some filler bars on that.
Yeah. So, hey, can we throw that on the screen there, guys? So you got the graph for us up. You guys can throw it up there for us to look at together.
Here's what matters right now. Anthropic dropped a report. Computer programmers Accenture Dubers have a 74.5% exposure to AI.
Entry-level hiring down 14% since ChatGPT. Women 15.5 points more exposed.
I can handle 94% of computer and math tasks. Companies are using it for 33%. That's not good news. That's a head start running out.
Bartenders and dishwashers are safe for now. About 30% of the market.
Yeah, let's pull that graph. You guys can pull that graph up on screen. I want to look at that graph with the gang here, guys. There it is right there. So John, check this out. So if you can even zoom in on that, so you can see very quickly. So if you are in construction, agriculture, or installation and repair, your future is looking pretty bright. And the blue there, John, so this graph actually is starting to show the theoretical capability and observed usage by occupational category. These are the jobs that are going to be affected the most over the coming years by AI. And they're actively putting this out in front of people to take a peek at it. Your first impressions on it, Petro? Comments?
Yeah, it seems to make sense. It seems to, I mean, what we know AI can do rather easily, it would suck up a lot of those hours there. I mean, the first one I'm seeing that's quite obvious is arts and media.
Yes.
I mean, just about anybody can put together pretty high quality video and string them together and make a pretty decent movie out of, within 15 minutes.
Legal,
you wouldn't be able to do.
Legal is a big one. Business and finance, like the one, because I work in this daily nonstop, this was not surprising to me. What I liked about it is that I'm hoping it opens up some people's eyes when they have conversations with their kids and they have conversations about the future, because because Johnny and Petro, the blue's not going away. Like the blue's not going to recede. The blue's only going to come out. And that is where people got to pay attention to this. Right. So if you think you're going to go be a big lawyer one day in the future, you might want to reconsider that career. True story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would think like it's going to improve the quality of a lot of these services too.
Yes.
I mean, I know I read recently like there's people trying to figure out the legal sector. Well, how can we use AI to start solving some of these problems that we have where there's not enough lawyers to go around and people are being released from from jail because there simply aren't enough lawyers to defend them.
Yeah.
In some places, or human trafficking. How can we use AI to fight human trafficking? So I think the overall quality is of some of these services will improve.
Yeah.
But we have to break down the skill that sits underneath this graph.
Yes,
and that's learning to pivot.
Mm-hmm.
You learn to pivot, then this graph means much less.
Brother, if there's one thing that I'm telling my team and I'm telling my kids and I'm telling everybody, we are living in a world where you have to constantly be upskilling, because the moment that you think your workflow has been solved, something else introduces it to say you can do it differently. You're learning all over again. I've been having this conversation with Carter. Actually, true story. A couple of days ago, he's like, "Dad, I learned all this stuff." He goes, "But I got to relearn again." I go, "Yeah, welcome to the future." Because that's really what it is. That you have to, Johnny, your point of pivoting, if you can't pivot, you're going to struggle with the future. Petro.
Yeah, and there's an underlying, I think, attitude aspect here of, I think, that involves pride. So some people look at that graph and they feel comfortable. They've got sort of a plan. But I think others want to deny it, because they think, no, I don't. It's probably still the 50 to 60% still not using AI in any shape or fashion. And I think it's pride, this belief that I don't need it. AI can't perform as well as I can, but that's usually not true. There's studies that are coming out now showing that response AI and empathy and compassion are rated by humans as more empathetic and compassionate than human response.
You're bang on. Average. Yes.
So there's some aspects, again, I think that sort of the quality, it can improve the quality of your work. And you got to figure out how to not let it eliminate, your profession. But I'm excited about it. Who knows? We don't really know though. What is this really how is it all going to really pan out? I'm sure some jobs will be lost, but then some will evolve.
And new ones created, and I'd like to speak in the center of that, because when I created ICUC at the dawn of the internet, I created a bunch of new jobs, guys, that didn't exist before that company, so we had to create. So there's going to be new jobs, and one of the conversations I was having with AJ yesterday, or I think it was AJ, was that the future is real. I can see the future where you're a conductor conducting a bunch of agents, right? So for example, I'm going to hire Petro or I'm going to hire Anderson. You guys both bring the same skills to the table, but Petro brings his 20 agents with him that can do like these superhero skills. Anderson can't. I'm hiring Petro, right? And I'm already seeing that today. Like that's not even future stuff. That's just, oh, you can do that and that. Well, then why wouldn't I hire you to do that and that? And here's another story. So I spent $1,500 this week on Perplexity, like this week, in 1 week, 5 days, $1,500. But I saved about $50,000 and 3 humans I would have had to hire.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, before we wrap, hey Petro, I didn't get a chance to ask you today. What's been on your mind this week, brother?
Well, it's funny you asked that. This whole past week I've been discovering which AIs, which of the free AIs that I've used can actually accomplish what I wanted to do, and I just wanted to create a table of movement of stocks, so momentum, and Gemini was the winner that did the best job. It was clean, it was accurate, it was sensible, answered my questions. That would have taken me, to produce that in Excel myself, it would have taken me probably 2 weeks.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I'd have to keep checking it. But that's really consumed a lot of my time this week was just figuring out which one is going to actually give me what I want.
But you know what I like? What you just said though, because you said for a few minutes earlier than that, many of us, and I'm going to put us in our demographic, we carry pride. We carry the experience of the last 30, 40, 50 years. And it's hard for us to go and learn new skills. And you said to yourself, okay, I got another 30, 40, 50 years on the planet, educating, helping, and teaching. I need to pause my life this week, maybe put some of my pride aside to go learn. I'm hearing you speak. That's exactly what it sounds like you did, Petro.
Yeah, and I was a little bit ahead of the game on that. Because I had a couple of my colleagues they were a year and a half ahead of myself, and they really encouraging. And I'd come in every day. My suite mate colleague was excited to look at this, you know what it can do, and I was just like, wow. And so probably for the last 2 years instead of 3 years, my attitude changed. It changed very quickly, but it's changed in academics. Each semester, it seems like that there's a warming up to AI. At first, it was students can't use AI at all. No, absolutely not. No, we have to have a policy in your syllabus saying no, right? And then pretty much the next year was, okay, well, students are going to use AI. They're probably going to lie, not using it, but yes, they're going to use it. So you have to have a policy. And now the attitude is we have to teach students how to use AI. Well, so it's like within 3 years, the attitude changed each semester.
Yeah, and it's only going to continue to change. I'll tell you what's changing. Kai, run this clip, man. It's been a long time since we've seen this. And imagine driving through Vegas right now. Johnny, you go to Vegas often, but just look at how quick. Look at Vegas in the 70s, back as we were growing up. Yeah. Like, look at the cars. It's just something really kind of nostalgic and cool about that. Petro? Like, look at that, eh?
Yeah, I think they ought to have, like in Montreal, they have old Montreal,
yes,
and then they have they ought to do part of Vegas like that. They're extend it out into the desert or something. Have like the old Vegas so you can have the nostalgia feel.
Well, because you got to go to Fremont. Cool. Fremont has now been so modernized where it's kind of not really old Vegas anymore, right? But to your point, you actually could take the Strip. You're right, and you could recreate like an old version of that, right? So
that's what I love about small towns.
Yeah,
still get this vibe.
Yes,
it's like if it's. And granted, you can see that they're moving towards the future, but there's still some that are so remote that the big companies they're not taking stake where they are. That's kind of cool when it's just the signs are still from 30 years ago because they serve their purpose. They don't have to blink.
Well, and Anderson, what I love with the small town though, and you guys don't really is all the diagonal parking down the main street, right? So you got the main street and then you got the diagonal parking, and that is it.
But you know what's not good about those small towns, and we as a team, we got fucked up by it because I had never done a little small town tour when
because you were an asshole.
No, when we were together, right? And so remember when I went on my trip, it was last year. Remember how many fucking small towns?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Like, the internet, you have internet, yeah.
Yes.
Internet for fucking what? What are we gonna get out of this internet? You know,
56K baud modem.
Oh my god! I mean, I couldn't even. I mean, getting logged on was about all you had. You go to hit a fucking page, and that little line goes, it just sits there.
Yeah, I love that. Hey, Petro, hey, Anderson, you guys are going to love this one. Hey, John, before you go.
Hey, John, before you go, listen. We found the internet's grossest feat. Then reality hit. At first glance, it looks like bark on skin. It's actually a rare disorder and real pain. The clip went viral because people gagged. The doctor saw suffering, not shock bait. That's the turn today. Shock gets clicks. Compassion gets the story right.
Stay with us. John's taken this from gross out bait to what actually matters.
Who wants to go first on that one?
That was fucking heavy. I literally, if that was on my foot, I would be like steak knife time. Fucking, I don't care how bad it hurt. I would be cutting that shit off of there.
Oh my god, Petro.
Yeah, get out the sandblaster immediately. I mean,
I've never seen anything like that in my life. Look at the saw coming off. Could you imagine like that guy's face when he's
fuck, man?
I know.
What the fuck is that?
It's the growth. It's fungus. It's fungus.
Is that what it is? Is it fucking fungus?
Yes, it's growth and fungus on his feet.
That's fucking. I don't get fucking queasy very often, but that tickled me a little bit.
So do you? So it's severe plantar warts and skin conditions.
Oh, they keep getting worse, dude.
Yes.
What is he feeding it? Mayonnaise? Something? My goodness.
Hey, Petro, so we know that Anderson walked around with bare feet all the time. I guarantee you, through his day today, he's going to look down at his feet. He's going to sit down and pick him up. And he's like, okay, I don't look like that, so I'm okay.
Well, but see, here's the thing. I walk around barefoot in my own fucking universe. You don't fucking catch me walk barefoot in some fucking public restroom or some crazy shit. Fuck.
Hey, were you barefoot in the bank yesterday?
No. Are you fucking kidding me? See, number one, if I end up leaving my compound, I'm going to go to the gym.
Yes.
So I'm going to go to the gym. Then I went to the bank. I always wear shoes if I go to the gym.
I think that's why we get along so long, because we both never really leave the compound.
Good. Everything. I mean, it's fucking, it's a beautiful thing.
I'm the same way. Petro, what do you got going on this weekend, brother?
Oh, I'm going to check out this table, this momentum table that I've got.
Nice.
In Gemini, I'm going to see if this thing works.
Nice.
But other than that, just working on the book. But hey, I did want to say that John, I thought John looked really good on that bike.
Oh.
But I thought for sure it was going to have the small little attached car to it, off to the side.
The sidecar.
Yeah.
With me in it. So there you go. Yeah. There you go, Jimmy.
Petro, bring it. That's it. On Fridays, I got to bring Petro to the show, team.
That's it. That's a great idea. Yeah, let's bring Petro into the. So Jimmy,
Petro can ride bitch on the back of the camera.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I love it, guys. A lot of fun here today. Hey, Jimmy, Kai, let's run that epic spot to walk these boys out of the lab today, because I always love this guy. This guy makes me happy.
Oh, yeah.
I am the man. Woo! Diamonds are forever. And so is Ric Flair.
Woo! Yeah, the guy only had a little pivotal impact on my life, guys, growing up. I just could not get away from Ric Flair at all, actually. I love Ric Flair. Anderson, are you guys getting in the car right now? When are you guys leaving?
I don't know. I got to go see if Terry's awake. That's the.
We know the answer to that.
Because see, here's the thing. We we don't really have I mean, that's the thing about these days. It's like we don't have a fucking timeline. We just fucking go about our way and have fun. I mean, so it'll be for the next 3 days.
Nice. Nicely done.
Nice to have those, because we're so so attached to time. Got to be here, got to be there. So on these days where we're fucking rambling, it's like you just fucking put the whole timetable away. Petra, you nodded. You liked that, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm on spring break this coming week too, so I can relate.
There we go.
Oh, no shit, eh? Really?
I have a lot of extra time this week.
Nicely
Yeah,
done.
I need it.
Hey, Petro, if there's anything I can do to help you with your AI education or learning or teaching, I'm around all weekend. Just drop me a text, and I'm glad to answer questions or point you in any direction that I've learned along the way myself.
Yeah.
Too. Happy to share.
Sure thing.
Happy to share.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, listen, I enjoyed the time together. A lot of fun with both of you, as always. I always enjoy my time with both of you guys. AJ says hello. I sent him everybody's love yesterday. It was an emotional service, but it was he was awesome, man. He was great, and I woke up to a kind note from him today as well. So he sends his love back, and you guys have yourself a great weekend. Hey, John, not that you care, but we lose an hour of sleep this weekend, Petro. I don't care either because I'm past that shit. But heart attacks are going up on Monday, Anderson.
What's going on Monday?
Heart attacks are going up because the hour. Remember we talked about it before.
Yeah, we're losing an hour.
Yeah, we're losing an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, that means on Monday the emergency rooms will be at an all-time fucking high.
This is true. All right, boys, have a good one. Petro, as always, lots of enjoyment. And Anderson, drive safe. We'll talk to you guys on Monday, okay?
Have a good loop, my brothers.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you too, pal. Take care. All right, Petro's out of here. Anderson's out of here. All right, guys, good morning. Yes, Melissa, it is daylight savings coming again. Melissa, wasn't that just a couple days ago? Oh, right. We do this daily show that always just shows up. It's like, oh, yeah. Is it there? Hey, did I tell you guys last Saturday I woke up thinking I had the show? I got out of bed. I fucking frantically ran to the shower, was getting all ready. I was like, oh, I don't got to do my show today. So as much as I love doing the show, I fucking love it, man. I love doing this every single day. Like I just get such joy out of it. But I won't lie. There are days when you're like, okay, I got 2 extra hours today, so I don't got to do the show. Because it's not just a 2-hour show. There's a mental framework. There's much goes on to showing up that you kind of can't see. So when we don't have to do it, it's actually not have to when it's not part of the schedule. There's, and I know I'm talking on behalf of the team too. They're like, okay, not a show tomorrow. Yeah, true story. Okay, listen, we're gonna keep the show rock. Speaking of show, Jimmy. Hey, did I see Jimmy's name back there, Melissa and Kai? I thought his internet was out. Oh, he's there. All right. Well, it looks like I got a few seconds, and I got something to talk about today on today's monologue. Today's monologue is about media and brands and becoming the show. And I'm going to kick off with Red Bull, because we know about Red Bull is not a media company. They're not a drink company. They're actually a media company. This is really great stuff. So I got a monologue coming up. I'm just looking to see how much time I got here, because I need to know how much time I can sneak away here. Jimmy, Kai, 43. Okay, awesome. Good time. Start the timer. I got 43 seconds. We're gonna come back because brand media trends. It's time, you guys, for every brand out there listening today, later, on demand, or live. It's time to become the show.
We're tired of being ignored. We're tired of paying to be skipped. Today, we stop interrupting. We start earning attention.
We post, we boost, we pray. Then we refresh like it's a heartbeat monitor and it flatlines.
We tell ourselves we need a bigger budget, but what we really need is nerve, a voice, a stance.
We watch brands like Red Bull and think, must be nice. But the truth hurts. They chose this.
We keep chasing approval. Safe, polished, forgettable. And every safe post teaches people not to feel anything.
So we're done being background noise. We're building something people seek out. Keith, we're ready.
Guys, Red Bull doesn't make commercials. Nope. They make people... Well, let's just pause. So we all been watching Red Bull forever. They make awesome content. You're like, oh my God, that's a Red Bull thing. You know, we watched the guy drop from space. We watched them land airplanes on moving trains. We just watched them do ridiculous stuff time and time again. But you know, when you think about it, Red Bull doesn't make commercials. No, they make media that people seek out. Think about that for a second. When's the last time you opened up your YouTube or your X or something and you're looking for that latest Red Bull thing, or Red Bull showed up in front of you? Think about it. They make films, they make documentaries, they make live events, they have a magazine. And they built a content operation that competes with actual media companies. And yeah, you know, and brands, they look at Red Bull and they go, yeah, it must be nice. They got money. Well, that I think is where all the brands got it wrong. Because it's actually not about the budget. Not about the budget at all. It's about a decision. It's about the decision about stop being the ad break and make the decision to become the show. And if you look at it, Foot Asylum did it as a sneaker retailer. We can list and list tons of companies that have done this, but they built YouTube programming people actually wanted. Yeah, millions of views and not on a Hollywood budget. What did they do? They were just consistent and they created content with taste. And that's what, in my experience, coming from the world of big media, marketing, big brands, that's what most brands don't have the stomach for, is that taste requires a point of view. Oh, holy shit, do I got to offer a point of view? Yeah, you do. But a point of view creates risk, and risk creates friction. But what does friction do? Well, friction creates conversation. It's funny, I'm having an incredible conversation right now with good friend Adam House and Paul Reed and the gang at House of Bricks and What the Truck. And they're looking to relaunch their brand, to relaunch some really cool shit. And I've been challenging them to focus on being bold and starting a conversation. Don't do it like everybody else, just like we are doing here on the show. Because friction creates conversation. And if somebody has no interest in your friction, maybe you don't want them part of your conversation. But I'll tell you something. Again, I'm speaking from experience. And I'm going to drop some truth on here that a lot of people aren't going to like to hear. True fucking story. That brands don't want a conversation. They think they do. Oh, but Keith, can you set up my website? Can you make me a community? Can you moderate the comments? And can you create this social media community for my customers? Yes, you can. But we got to start a conversation. But we got to moderate it all. No, you're actually wanting approval. So what do? As a result, we make content that is perfectly safe, perfectly forgettable. This morning, as I was in the gym, I was going for a walk and I read a clip about Mr. Beast. People were asking him, well, how do you make content? How do you make content that stands out? And he dropped something that was so fucking obvious I need to share it with you. He's like, how many of us drive around and see cows all over the planet? Cow over there, cow over there. You drive down the road, you see cows everywhere. Well, they all look the same. They're just cows. Black cow, white cow, roan cows are cows. But if you saw a purple cow, what are you doing? Oh, it's making you curious. You're stopping. You're instantly not forgetting the perfect purple cow. But you're probably forgetting all that safe content and all the safe cows that you drove past along the way. You drove past 1 million safe cows. You didn't remember any of them. But then you saw the purple one. What did you do? You remembered it. That's the same way that brands might want to create conversations that make people feel like they are part of, not make people feel perfectly safe. Because the barrier isn't money. No, the barrier is the willingness to show up long enough that trust compounds. Again, I go back to what I said before when I was building ICUC. Hey, Keith, I want to start a community. Hey, Keith, I want to get people started my conversation. I'm like, hey, if you started this, you can't end it. What do you mean I can't end it? Well, I thought you're looking to build trust that compounds. Well, I am. Okay, well, once you build that community, once you open that environment, once you start communicating with your people, you got to keep doing it. Like, oh, because that is how you build trust that compounds. And there's no stunts required. There's no stratosphere. There's no big balloon in space you got to jump off of. No, you might just want to start a conversation every morning. Every morning. No, not every second morning, every morning. And you might even want to consider having a conversation with something worth saying. But here's the part where it gets a little savage and people get all uncomfortable. Because if your competitors are running ads, listen to what I say here. If your competitors are running ads, to all my coaches out there that are coaching people, you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys all know what I'm talking about. They're just doing the all fucking lame LinkedIn posts, selling their coaching shit here, selling their coaching shit there. But how are you fucking different? I'll tell you who's different. Cheryl Whitaker. She's got a live show every single Wednesday. She's told her people, expect me every Wednesday. I will be here. Expect me, because that's what I'm telling you to expect me. So out of all the thousands of coaches that Cheryl competes with, while they're all running ads on LinkedIn and doing all the same shit they've been doing for the last 25 years, what did she do? She became the show. She became the destination. She became the trust. So she says, hey, I know I'm not going to create a podcast like everybody else on the planet. I'm not going to be like everybody else doing the same things the last 25 years have been doing. I'm not going to beat them. No, I know what I'm going to do. She made a decision. I'm going to make them look like they're background noise. Oh, is that not a statement? Because she's like, I'm going to get up and start a live conversation, not seeking approval, not seeking safety, not seeking something perfectly forgettable. I'm going to start a daily conversation, a weekly conversation about the purple cow. So, I want to ask you, who is doing brand media better than anyone in your industry right now? Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. Name them, because I bet you can't. And I want you to study them. And I want you to either out-publish them or out-taste them. Maybe use Gemini, maybe use ChatGPT, maybe use Perplexity. But I would challenge you, I would encourage you, I would invite you. Go and look at everybody else in your industry and see who you are competing with. And then do exactly what they are not doing. Get up, start a live conversation, because the future belongs to brands that actually act like networks.
Pitcher is chewing on the corner of a notebook he pulled off the coffee table.
Not reading it, Wari, destroying it. Slowly, with eye contact.
That is the energy today.
A marriage therapist says couples therapy has a 50% failure rate pellet, and he knows why.
A Substack writer says both sides of the masculinity debate are performing. And a doctor who built his practice twice calls imposter syndrome growing pains. Handsome Chief, bring it.
Secret. This entire community corner segment, automated, all AI. Talk about the future. Pretty fucking cool. The video, the words, the prompt, everything you're seeing there, very little human interaction. Congratulations to the team for pulling that together. Guys, that's the future. Human leading the conversation, supported by a bunch of great shit. A bunch of great shit behind the scenes. I got the old dog here. I got the Godfather sending me a text this morning with Shakin' Mo. What is shaking, brother? From another mother. My brother Maurice Ginger out there hanging out listening. Thanks, brother, for tuning in this morning. But yes, I wanted this entire community corner that you guys are a part of and you've been witnessing coming to life is a completely, it's done by our agents. And I'm fucking proud of that. Hey guys, YouTube. Couples therapy has a 50% failure rate. And this dude, he knows why. The guy on the left, the guy on the right. Oh, the guy on the right, maybe the guy on the left. I'm not sure, but it's Dr. Lee Bakam showed up on the Dad Nation podcast, and he opened with a number that should stop every married man cold. Marriage therapy has the same divorce rate as the general population, 50%. You know, it's actually easy to believe, because I'm thinking that if you're going to therapy, perhaps half that couple doesn't want to be there to start with, right? But as Doctor says, communication in that situation is not the problem. Disconnection is, and most couples learn to talk better. I statements, validation, the whole script. Then they go home and they still feel like strangers. We'll have to put this on the table for Brianna Boss, because no amount of scripted dialogue can repair a severed bond. So he reframes it simply like this: stop communicating your way out of a disconnection problem. And perhaps you might want to start asking whether you and your partner still feel like you're on the same team. As he said, you can communicate perfectly, but still be completely disconnected. So, hey, the question is this: Are we still on the same team? Hey, love, are we still on the same team? I know we're still on the same team. Yeah, true story. Hey, say Seth Kaufman at Multidimensional Thriving wrote, between the manosphere, the stratosphere, the sphere, and Joe's sphere, and Buddy's sphere, and the asshole sphere, and the sacred masculine. Yeah, and he doesn't pick a side. No, he torches them all. You see, Seth frames it this way: the manosphere sells dominance as identity. The sacred masculine crowd sells breath work and vulnerability as performance. Oh man, it's funny. It's incredible to me, man. We just dissect everything in the world to be performative. Yeah, we're all just wearing costumes. But Kaufman says this: the real crisis is not masculinity. No, he says that it's actually maturity. Because he says that the men chasing Andrew Tate and the men chasing plant medicine have the same problems. They're looking for a script instead of doing the actual work of growing up. Oh, I like this. Kai, we got to get Seth on the show, because Seth goes on to say that maturity is not a phase that you pass through. It's a practice that you either commit to or you avoid. And I would suggest that probably even, it might even lean into the assholes conversation we were having earlier. Is that guy an asshole? Or is he just not mature yet? What a great piece there. All right, LinkedIn imposter syndrome is just growing pains of the fancy name. We got another Kaufman here. Well, we went from Seth to Thomas, or else AI is hallucinating for us. A doctor who built a clinic from scratch twice, and he posted something on LinkedIn that every entrepreneur needs to hear. Imposter syndrome is not a diagnosis. No, it's a signal that you're building something bigger than your current experience. I know. I can relate to that. His framework: ready is a feeling and the reps are real. You do not wait until you feel qualified. You act. You fail, you adjust, and you earn the confidence through repetition. And he built this by knowing nothing about running a business. No, you know how he did it? He just got the reps in. Simple as that. He started moving. He got off the couch. And he just stopped letting that couch, and he stopped the fear from making decisions for him. So here's the question for Maya Reyes this morning as we wrap it up with Maya. Hey, Maya, if all three creators are telling men to drop the act, Maya, what are we suggesting? What's the act that we're secretly performing that we would never admit on air? Maya Reyes.
Drop the act? Chief, I already did thing. It was pretending this puppy does not run this set.
But here is the thread. Balcom says, stop performing good communication and start actually connecting. Kaufman says, stop performing masculinity and start maturing.
And Kaufman says, stop performing readiness and start moving through the fear.
3 creators, 3 performances men hide behind. Same message shared. Growth begins where the act ends. That is Community Corner. Now go build something real.
Wow, another week coming to an end on the big show. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We get up and get after live Monday through Friday right here on mornings.live, mitl.live. Yes, we do, baby. That's where we get after it. Hey, guys, I'm really pleased to show something off today. I've been working hard behind the scenes, and big time behind the scenes, actually. And I want to show some of this off. Hey, Kai, where's the Yeah, I'm wondering where all the images are there. Where's that companion app? Can you hit refresh? No, I'm not showing yet. Hit refresh on that because I don't see it's not showing up properly on the screen there for us. So I want you to hit refresh up there. That'd be great. But guys, listen, today we had Petro join us. We had Anderson here as well. You guys aren't getting old. You're not getting old. It's just time to get up, get after, get off the couch and move in a direction of positivity. Yes. We were supposed to have EJ Snyder show up today, but I think EJ must have hit the snooze button or bumped himself out of there. So we did not get EJ in the lab here today, unfortunately. But Morning Focus, we tackled media brands. Brands need to become a show. Yes. Let your competitors buy the ads. You buy the show. Think about that. Let your competitors buy the ads and you become the show, and then have your competitors advertise on your show. Think about that as well. And then, guys, we kicked it off. And like I said, we weren't here to talk much about Britney Spears. We were here to talk about the shame loop that's destroying all of us. Guys, you might have found yourself making a shitty decision yesterday, last night. Maybe you had some food you didn't want to eat. Maybe you had a drink. Maybe you did something like, you're ashamed of yourself. Well, here's my invitation for you. Today's the day you can start again. Start again. Try again. If you fall down, get up. And listen, I'll make an offer to you. Phone number up on the screen there, Jimmy. If you fall down, you need some help getting started, send me a text. 431-300-3005. 431-300-3005. I'd love to help you get up. I'd love to help you get up and get back on your feet. Guys have sent me texts since I've started the show to say, hey, dude, something you said helped me. So I'll put that back out there. So you can do this one of a few ways. You can go check into our show, mitl.live. Come say hello. You can come send me a text. But if you're just looking for that accountability partner with full of grace and no judgment, well, you can get a hold of me. 431-300-3005. I will take your call and get after it with you guys. All right. I think we're going to wrap it up, guys. We're back at it tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. We're back at it on Monday in less than 40 some odd hours. And guys, we're losing some hour of sleep on Sunday. So remember, 8 o'clock Eastern time. That's going to be an hour earlier than normal. So we'll see you guys on Monday. What's this here? We got Petro. More than half the stuff I've learned about AI has been through listening. That's awesome, Petro. And here we go. We got, listen, Petro, What the Truck? That's going to be starting in a couple weeks. And it's going to be a show. Well, I'm not going to share much. I'll share more next week, actually, but I'm pretty excited about it. It is going to be unlike any kind of veteran. It's a show designed to target the wonderful veterans out there that are helping serve the country, as well as the business leaders out there that are helping, veterans and veterans helping business leaders. That's a conversation we're looking forward to launching. I'm working on that show today. I expect that show to launch in the next couple of weeks right here on the network. So stay tuned. But until then, guys, I am going to get the hell out of here. Gonna get to bed earlier on Sunday. We'll see you guys live on Monday. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Come check us out. Go check. If you haven't checked into the show, get on over there. Mornings.live. MITL.live. On behalf of Kai, Melissa, Jimmy, Johnny, Petro, everybody in the comments, lots of love from me to you. We'll see you guys on Monday. Ciao, everybody.